Hoi hoi everybody! Welcome, Zemigyo. Welcome, Triassic oh my god, why the English not work? Triassic Terror, welcome! Hello, it's good to see you. Today I will be reacting to the Walten Files 4. I had to so I got everything ready, right? And then, hi Shelby. And then, so the one that I kind of follow more is the Smile tapes, I believe it's called. And so, no, it's the Mandela catalog. The Mandela catalog is the one I follow more, right? So, I literally got everything set up, realized I got everything set up for the Mandela catalog, went to the Mandela catalog YouTube channel. Like, I had a brain fart at the worst moment when I set everything up. We've got the title, we've got the description, the tags, everything. Went to the Mandela Catalog YouTube channel. There's not a Mandela Catalog 4 there. So I was like, what? What? And then I remembered, oh, it's the Walten Files 4. And I had to redo everything. I had to redo everything for the Walten Files 4. And then I realized I don't remember what the Walten Files is about. I watched it. I don't remember. So I watched a bit of my reaction to the other Walten Files. I was like, oh yeah, that's what it's about. I proceeded to get everything ready for the Walten Files 4 CyberFun Tech instead of the Mandela Catalog. Why is my brain like this? Sleep doesn't exist. You want to watch the Stoopy? Why are you always roasting me? Zemigo. You can tell I'm not 100% braining right now. Oh yeah, okay. So y'all know how I have brain damage, right? Well, yesterday I was at the doctor and he was like, here's these papers. I'm like, what are these for? He's like, we're screening you for ADHD. I was like, oh, okay. So I might be ADHD and brain damage, which is just like ultimate forgetfulness, I guess, and not braining very well, I guess. Very good, very good. Welcome everyone to my late stream. Yeah, so it was earlier. I was like, I'll stream earlier, and then I set everything up, and then I had to set everything up again because it's the Walten Files and not the Mandela catalog. But also, I was like, I don't feel that good. I don't have the energy. You know what? I'm gonna drink some hot chalky. And so I drank some hot chalky, and I chilled with my mom for a little bit. I was like, I need more energy. So now I have a ginger ale next to me. Hopefully it'll be enough to get me through. But usually I have like the mental note of, oh, it's too late to start streaming. But like I decided, nah, it's not. I stay up really late anyways because the sun hurts me because of my brain injury. So why wouldn't I start streaming late? I mean, it sucks for my regular audience because my regular audience is used to me streaming at the regular time that I stream. But you know what? Fuck it. Some content at the wrong time is better than no content at all, right? Right. Roasting is funny, but I obviously don't do it to me. I know, Zemigo, I know. If I watch the stream, then maybe I'll say something nice. I doubt it. Press X to doubt. Hot Chucky sounds nice. It was nice. I had Hot Chucky and I sat next to my mom while she watched her murder show. It was pretty great. You got this. Thank you. Hot Chalky. I love Hot Chalky. I don't know why, I have this weird thing where all summer I make hot chalky and all winter I make a lemonade. It's like the opposite. Same with I'm Canadian, right? So Tim Hortons, I'll get like an iced cappuccino all summer, all winter, and then get like lattes all summer, like the warm drinks in the warm, the cold drinks in the cold. But this year it's been the opposite, and I was like, wow, I feel like a normal human being. Okay, we'll be there in spirit. Thank you. I press play. I also had to rewatch a bit of my reaction to to the game theory theory on the Walten Files, because I remembered that when I watched the original ones, I was like, yes, things are happening. Do I understand what is happening? No. Is this your first watching Walten Files? No, I've watched some of the other ones, but like I watched 1, 2, and 3, but it's been so long. Like I think the third one came out like last year, and but if you have brain damage, this I know from experience, you don't remember shit. I don't remember like anything ever. I forgot to turn off my alarm. That'll go off in the middle of the stream, actually. I thought about that a moment ago. I also forgot to phone my grandpa today. I remembered to phone him at like 5, and I was like, no, but he's eating supper right now. I can't phone him. And then I remembered at like 7 again, and I was like, oh, but I'm doing the thing. I can't phone him right now. And then it was 10 p.m. and it's like, oh, he's going to sleep. I can't phone him right now. And that's like my everyday. Every day I think about phoning my grandpa at the absolute worst times for him. And then when I do remember at a good time, he's busy. And it's so sad. It's so sad. I need an alarm on my phone for phoning my grandpa. All right. Reaction. Okay. Today, this is where I start the intro for when I make this into a YouTube video on the Doll Wants to React channel. Okay? Do you make phone reminders? Yes, I do. And then I ignore them because they always go off when I'm doing something. And then I finish doing the thing, and 2 minutes later, when I finish doing the thing, I don't remember it, and so I never do it. That's that. Okay. So today we are reacting to the Walten Files for CyberFun. Let me redo that. Let me redo that for the YouTube video. Guys, I'm streaming, recording for YouTube video, but also I read your guys' chats. Sounds like me trying to wake up. Yep, just pressing sleep all the time. I actually just if I'm really tired, I just sleep entirely through my alarms. When I was staying with my sister, because my bed was moldy, she had school and stuff, so her alarms would go off, and she would try not to wake me up. She told me that her alarms never woke me up because I was in such a deep sleep. Like her alarms wah, 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 and I'm just sound asleep, and she's like, I better not wake her up. You can't wake me up. I fell asleep in the living room at the Christmas family gathering this year, and there are a lot of people on that side of the family. I'd say there was probably at least 12 people in that house, and everybody was eating supper, so everybody's scraping their plates and being I was asleep. I slept for an hour on my grandpa's chair. Very, very good. All right, today we will be English, very good, very good. Now you guys get I do voice acting too, and so now you're getting what it's like when I mess up a line and I'm I gotta re-record, except you're getting the behind the scenes. All right. Boo. Wait, what's the thing they do in Pitch Perfect? I don't think that's the lip exercise. That might be the lip exercise, but I don't know if it is. It might. Yep, bird. Very good. Okay. Today we will be rat. We will be rat. We will be Ratkun. Hello, my name is Ratkun. I squeakity squeak with funny tail. Rat time, your Triassic terror. Yes, it's rat time. Reats. I try to say react. I say rat. I try to say rat. I say react. Very, very good. Very good. Can you tell I have a brain injury? Anyways, rats are apparently really good pets. They live for only 2 years, but I have a friend who has 2 bald rats and then got 2 more rats, and they're really cute, and their skin is actually really soft. Doll, breathe, please. No, you see, I actually, for being sick, Yeah, rats are so smart. For being sick, I actually have like really good lung support because of singing and voice acting. So like, I don't know, I can go forever. I don't need to breathe. Breathing is for the weak. Breathing is for those without lung support. Original Walten Files video 1 was gone due to copyright music. Dang, shame YouTube takes so much freedom of creative. I see. I went onto the channel and I did look for number 1. I was like, why is number 1 not here? Why is it number 2 and 3? But that makes sense. I didn't remember that. Okay. Oh, hi, Clips Films Melbourne. I think this is the first chat in here from you for this stream. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm supposed to be reacting to the Walten Files, but I just can't get my brain on track. I can't get my English. Okay. We'll start reacting as soon as we get, like, we're reacting to, that's not a blooper. we gotta do it till we do it. Angie time? You're right. Oh, yeah, I was actually thinking about having you guys as the Angie gang, maybe just being like little Angie ghosts, but like not ghosts. Yeah, I'm just chatting now, I guess. But not ghosts in the way that like Hu Tao's ghost is, like ghosts as in like how they kind of are in Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, where they're like little teardrops, but you're just angry, and I could have just like angry little teardrop ghosts floating around my head. Welcome! Though back then, some of the creepypasta theme videos were deleted for reasons that should not be allowed or shown. Okay, yeah, some creepypasta videos go a little too far. I mean, it's YouTube. There is YouTube Kids. But, you know, kids go on YouTube, so, like, there's some things where it's, like, I don't know, like, gore or nudity or things like that, where it's, like, yeah, YouTube, you can take that down. Go ahead, do that. Grr! Hi, grr! Shelby, grr, but spooky, grr! Yes. This is... What do you mean nice reactions? I'm just talking to you. Man, if there needs to be a just chatting section on YouTube, because basically all of my streams would start out like this, switch to just chatting, and then go back. Ready for the scary lull. Timon is getting impatient with me. Be patient, Timon. My brain is still braining right now. That's the joke. We keep this. You do, man. If I do get diagnosed with ADHD, though, like I can't focus, or I hyperfocus. That's, yeah. They should also make a function on YouTube where you don't have to make a thumbnail for the stream. I hate making a thumbnail for every stream. That's one thing I preferred about Twitch, but overall I prefer YouTube. Anyways, that's a rant I don't need to go into. That has nothing to do with anything. Happy to see ya. I'm happy to see you too, Timon. You got big money bag. I appreciate it. Oh. Yes, breathe. Yes, ginger ale. Yeah, I don't think you need a diagnosis for that. I can clearly tell you got it. You see, a lot of people have asked me. Nice burp. I think I have another one. No, they were weak. Dang it. Singular mod panic. Don't worry. I have like over 500 banned words and phrases. You should be good, Dragon Essence. I've done that because usually I've done that for the worst case scenario in which I have no mods, which has happened multiple times. So yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think you need a diagnosis for that. I can clearly tell you got it. Yeah, I've been asked by many people, do you have ADHD? And I haven't been diagnosed with shit, but maybe yeah. The single mom with 6 kids. Who? Oh yes. Welcome, and today we will be reacting to the Walten Files 4 CyberFun Tech. And here we go. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. It a line. Ooh, it a balloon. The balloon go down. Aren't balloons supposed to go up? This balloon, they must not have helium, but if they don't have helium, then they won't be stable like that. They'll kind of go floppy. So it must be helium balloons going up and then in reverse. Yippee! Someone is wasting a lot of drinks. Spring event 19 something. Hello. Oh, these kids look creepy. Very good. Oh, it's that guy. It's the bunny guy.
Come on, Molly.
Molly.
Let's go.
Spring party event.
This way.
The kids on the poster look like way cuter than the kids that are, you know, walking around, just like in real life.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. I thought he said various. I'm like, various what? Varying what? Balloon principles? Adult zone, no children allowed. I guess these guys can't read. No reading allowed for you. Various exotic butters. Ooh, what is Little Inferno? Reading that and me not knowing what Little Inferno is reminded me that I forgot to bring in my taking notes pad. Oh well. By Bunny Smiles Inc. distribution. Thank you for Bunny Burger. Bon's Burgers. Bon. Yeah, Bon the Bunny. It was really creepy. Oh my gosh, it's a real human child eating Kleenex. CyberFun tech will chase our dreams across the sky. Little game about burning stuff. Oh, I like burning stuff. Not in the illegal way, but yeah. More CyberFun tech. What is it with like horror and like rainbows recently? Like we got the rainbow friends, we got the happy, the smiling critters that are rainbow colors. We have the rainbow, Gartna Ban. I think the Baddington tapes was made by the same people who are making the Walten Files. I think that's the connection. Hello, Bronwee. This is the thumbnail on the video. The Bunny Smiles Incorporated. Oh no. I can't read that. I don't want to read that. That font was awful. I hate it when they use real handwriting and expect you to read it. You gotta do what the video games do and put like it in like Times New Roman font on the side so that I can actually read it. The Showstoppers. I like how it looks like kind of like it's like paper animation, like they made paper dolls and kind of moved them around. I know it's not like that, but it's like 2D that's given off the, or 3D that's giving off the impression of 2D. Oh, Boozoo! Boozoo, he showed up in Boozoo's Ghost. I remember that. Yeah, they'll leave the text on the screen for like 15 seconds on a font you can't even read. Banny. And that's why I can't even be bothered to read it. Was Banny the one in the mysterious house? Are they like fully linking Boozoo's Ghosts and the mysterious house to the Walten Files now? Oh my gosh, I don't know why, but this is so funny. Just the sun's eyes going back and forth like, yay, yippee, yay. I remember this guy, Shah. Worship the sun. Praise the sun. I don't know why. Looking at him doing this, I'm like, praise the sun. Praise the sun. This is trippy. I'm sure my commentary is not helping with the trippiness at all. Oh, he's praising the sun in a flower. He's in flower just like honeybee. He's black and yellow like a honeybee. Shaw is actually a honeybee in a sheep costume. Confirmed. Bon also praises the sun. Why are the eyes like that? Like they're like up at like the top. Like he's like trying to he's trying to close his eyes and they're like rolling into the back of his head, but he just can't quite roll them into the back of his head. And he's like, let me stop seeing things. Let me close my eyes. I don't want to see. But like, it just won't let him. Why was there a red square? If not for your commentary, it would feel like a fever dream. Is that better or worse? This looks like a bomb.
First mech models built by CyberFun tech to bring the magic of Bond's burgers to life.
I like how the mouth is also like the torso, like also the pelvic bone where the
How they were created.
legs are attached.
Another thing to do about the quality of our company.
Why is there a TV? Why does the TV mascot have the same voice as the bomb? Better. I'm trying to sleep tonight. Thank you. Whenever it pauses like that, I'm like, did it just start like a new video? Like, is this the same video? It's the same video. But I'm like, I'm like, oh no. It went to a new video. I see. That's why it's always connected to
These
FNAF.
are the showstoppers, the face of Bunny Smiles Inc. Concept art is a very vital part of any good design. So many different ideas to...
I recognize this voice print, this voice type.
The Bunny Smiles Incorporated art department was in charge of pitching up multiple designs for the characters.
Like, I think it was in Pinocchio. Yufa! Welcome! Thank you for joining the marionettes!
Rosemary Walten, loving wife of... is a brilliant artist.
Why would they redact Jack Walton in the audio, but not the subtitles?
Done numerous art pieces.
She's an
Also become
artiste.
lead artist in BSI. She's the one in charge of making the final designs that would later become the characters they are today.
I think I always had a pretty clear idea of how each character looked like.
Yeah, creepy as fuck. You're weird.
The designs just made sense to me.
She's like Picasso, but she works for a children's, like a children's burger joint. She works. It's like if Chuck E. Cheese hired Picasso to design their marketing and their animatronics and shit. Why would you do that? She's an artist like me. Sometimes we want parents to pay to give their children nightmares. Why did it flash? Susan Whittings. It keeps glitching, so I'm guessing that Susan Woodings is a dead person. That soul is stuck inside an animatronic. Oh my gosh. Imagine Picasso designing burgers. I think that's exactly what happened here. To walk and interact with the audience, just like those trays that bring you your food in, like, the only place I've been in where a robot brings you your food is Happy Lamb Hot Pot. And they're so cute. They have a little screen with like a little ooh-woo face on it that blinks and makes like happy sounds and stuff. I love it. So they did that, but creepy. I can't believe a robot that like looks like a robot is like way cuter than these robots that are supposed to look like cute animals. How am I supposed to read the text if it's backwards? Fuck you. I know this is supposed to be scary, but I just want to be able to read. And if you do that, then I don't give a shit. I don't care about your lore if you make it hard for me to comprehend and read and find. Ah! Walten Files video is a little quiet.
That's how they managed to feel so lifelike to our audience. The console's also able to recognize specific people and places.
Thank you. I forgot to adjust the audio. You gotta watch being upside down. Ooh, thank you, Luxor Beats. Okay, let me know. Oh my gosh, it's Hoppy Hopscotch. There we go. This should be better. Let me know if it's too loud or if it just sucks. I ain't reading that yet. What is the CyberFun console? CyberFun Tech, 1974. Man, they seem to have a lot of bad ideas in 1974.
It's working. First we need to...
Is the console on?
Yes, Charles, I just told you.
Wow, Charles, you just
Alright,
interrupted
I'm just checking
Susan.
if everything's
You're so
going.
I
rude.
know. Don't worry. This isn't the first test we need to do with the robots.
Alright, great.
You're taking notes, right?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
Right. Test 203, movement.
Movement. Alright.
Alright, so let me get the console working.
Working?
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be like
This is
footage
how
from
it's
a
set up.
cam?
We place a ton of objects around the room. The animatronic is supposed to get to us without bumping into any of the tables, boxes, chairs, etc.
Sounds good to me.
Their security
What happens
cameras
if the
are
robot
looking like an
falls and
RPG
comes across
level.
any object?
Well, then we're just gonna have to test this out again until we get
Alright
Movement!
then.
You said it.
Alright, everything seems fine so far.
Should the robot be so close to the table?
I don't think. Fuck.
I told you to watch for the
It
table,
didn't
man.
work.
Damn it. Sorry.
I swear they did use RPG Maker for cams.
Where's the
Or, like,
Check the
and they're
drawer.
showing themselves. It's kind of funny. Nothing like some Walten Nightmare fuel before going to bed. Well, trust me, if you're watching me react to it, you might not be very scared because I don't know, it bomb boy. I don't think I maybe I'm making it less scary for you guys. Let me know.
I know. I'm just.
Bunny
Yeah,
Smiles Inc. Oh my gosh, it's the smiling friend, Hoppy Hopscotch, just not colored in yet.
He's probably drinking somewhere in town.
Does Jack or Rose know?
Nope, I don't think Linda told him about it either.
Susan, we have to.
Linda!
Even Chris knows about the addiction.
Let's just
Oh,
fix
thank you,
someone
Sammy.
for now, shall
Go
we?
to bed when you need to.
Right. So, I'm checking my notes right now. What's up to this?
Well, Norman said he should start testing the facial tracking feature. So we're gonna have the robot walk around and see if it recognizes our faces.
Well, we checked that already. Jack brought in Molly here, and the council recognized them.
Well, yeah, but
Console?
we're gonna do a secondary test because the console seems to have trouble detecting the faces.
Wait, so they
Oh,
failed
that's
on the
what
first
it
robot. It went right into the thing. And now they're testing the next one without figuring out what was wrong at all?
By the way.
That just seems like
Sending
setting up for
from other places,
failure.
then.
Or Bunny come to say hi. Blah, 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 blah. It's like it's what my model looks like when I don't calibrate it correctly. But yellow and a mask. Oh my gosh. With a beard? Can I too have a beard? Susan Woodings. Susan has very big lips. They're beautiful. I want whatever she did. Like, I want her lips. They're beautiful. I'm gonna make faces at the face. Let's see if my VTuber tracking is better than this person's VTuber tracking. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Ah, great.
Charles
Everything's rewatched it properly.
Huh. So that means no more testing for today?
Yep, pretty much.
Ah, sweet.
Oh, I forgot that S in the subtitles. That guy talking is
What we talked about
Susan.
earlier.
The
Yeah.
British guy? I think that's a British accent. I keep not being able to like connect the name to the voice. That's okay though. It's like, sorry, Susan, Linda, Charles.
What does that mean?
That's what I heard, man.
He was drunk while driving the car?
I thought this was Papyrus on a red background for a second. I was like, Papyrus Undertale? What are you doing here?
Fuck.
The house? What
I
about
haven't
that?
heard of him in a long while. I barely even see him at work.
You don't think Felix is
One of
good,
your employees is quiet quitting, I see.
don't you?
Story? I think it's bullshit. I think something else happened, man. Something worse.
So they're gone? Molly and Ed?
Listen. I don't even want to think about it. Sitting with that freaking fucking doll in the room.
Freaking doll in the room, that's me. I stare. I scare you.
No jackal brothers here.
Shit.
I don't even want to be involved in this shit anymore.
Alright, let's just try the same way. This is fucked up.
I like how they're saying, let's stay away when they're in the middle of the room full of these animatronics that they were testing and seem to have failed. Eh? Oh, they left. Okay, now the animatronics are all by their lonesome. Oh, they're moving. I know that the point is that they're moving now that nobody's here, but like the thing that my brain focuses on is that there's like a cloth ghost thing covering something, and I'm like, what if there's a mannequin under the cloth? Like, there being a mannequin under the cloth is the most horror thing to happen, so I'm just waiting. Me when I try to rap. I'm getting those video. I'm a rap god, rap god. It's a potato. Someone peeled it kind of poorly. That's why there's like indents in it. They kind of just like stabbed it, it looks like. No faces found. Yeah, because it's a potato. That's why your face recognition filter is fucking up. Hi, Papyrus Undertale.
ESI technical support, audio log number 3.
Not more upside down backwards text. Nah. Felix is a bloody idiot for drunk driving. I agree. Drunk driving is idiot to do. Man, I wish they had subtitles for the mumbling in the background. That would be pretty great. Oh, I didn't do it again. Hello. Owie! Flashing lights go brr. At the... Okay, they stopped. They stopped. Ow, my eyes indeed. Why'd they do that? Paper doll with flashlight, go exploring. Oh, hello. Paper doll, discover paper money. Aha, blue. Ah, yes, there we go. Now I can see only what you want me to see. See, that sheet over there. I want to know if there's a mannequin under it. She has a potato face.
Hello?
Hello? Oh, did that just drop or? Hey guys, new locked case just dropped. Let's find the key in the horror game. It's probably in the mouth of an animatronic. We gotta grab it and then unlock the box to find the thing that we need next to progress the story. Dude, open it. Progress the story. Oh my gosh, don't you know that you don't make progress in games unless you do the totally obvious... See? You hesitated, and now you gotta respawn and try again. See, that's what happens when you hesitate and don't play the game as intended. You lose your eyeballs. It's your own fault, dude. He's killing her. She's dead. Yeah. Because she played a horror game wrong. She was too scared to open the box to get the item needed to progress further into the story, so she died. That's what happens in horror games. You either quit the game or you die and you respawn and you do it again. People die when they are killed. Yeah, they don't respawn like in horror games. If only that person knew they were in a horror media. Maybe then they would have made a better decisions. She didn't keep the gas mask. Yeah, that's why she didn't open the obvious red box that you're supposed to open to get the gas mask or the knife or the whatever to leave and progress the story. That's why Bond killed her. Who is this guy? Got a red car. That's a nice red car. Got a nice house. House nobody can afford in this economy. Lucky ducky. Felix? My brain is being overloaded. I can't tell what's going on. There's too many sounds and too many muffle. Very many muffle. Felix, please open the door. You're at Felix's house, okay, but who are you? I'm assuming you're Charlie because Susan is dead. Or Charles, I think.
Hey, what's the deal, Felix? Come on, Wood. I told you 9 p.m. I told you 9 p.m. Please. I'm calling this cool, and I'm not just telling me that. I'm here. If this is some prank you're trying to pull, I don't find it fun.
Stop fucking mumbling. You're giving me a headache. I can't tell what's happening. That's Jack Walton?
Felix.
Okay.
Felix, if you do anything to those kids, I'll fucking kill you.
Okay, go kill him then, because the kids are dead. Go kill him. That was a weird transition. Where are we now? Are we inside a TV? We're a ghost. We're gonna haunt the TV. Is that this guy's thoughts? His thoughts are static. Honestly, relatable. My thoughts are also static. Oh. Did Bond die? Did Bond eat Susan? I need the context of the blood. Did you murder Bond? Did Bond murder Susan and then you gave Bond a hug? That's a car crash. Oh my gosh, it cleared up. Oh yeah, he buried the kiddos in the forest like some psychopath that just doesn't tell people, you know, I'm sorry, I murdered your kids. And now they're missing. Ed and Molly's blood. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate. Why is it on his mouth? Did he like eat Ed and Molly? What? Nani? It's still fresh. Yes, the crash. He had enough time to bury the bodies, but it's still fresh blood. No, I don't like that it was on his mouth. Did he cannibalize? Did he munch? Honestly, Ed and Molly have every right to, like, hunt this guy. Like, I don't care. They're not, they can hunt this guy. I give you permission. Go hunt. Yeah, he still has blood on his mouth. What's wrong with you, dude? Oh, maybe his nose was bleeding? Maybe. Just a cat. Oh my god. They didn't even bury their possessions with them. He's like just yeeting them off a cliff. I hate this guy. Oh, is he gonna yeet himself? No, he's worshipping the sun. Why do you... Dude, you gotta wear a tinfoil hat to stop all those radio noises in your head. Man. You stare. I stare. Static. Owie! Okay, black screen.
Hey, sis. 3 days after the accident. I haven't been able to sleep since last week.
You don't deserve to sleep.
It was in my office.
Okay, so you...
Those were...
Why would you bury the bodies in the forest if you were gonna tell them after 3 days? Like, dude, you're weak for that. If you're gonna bury bodies in the forest and try to hide the fact, you gotta not confess, bro. Like, confessing after 3 days?
I don't blame him.
Just, like, tell them, like, get help and get the kids a proper burial and stuff on the first day. What's wrong with you?
Business, everything.
Yeah.
But the fact they're still buried down there.
Yeah, you fucked up. It should haunt you. You fucked up.
Inside.
I don't have any empathy for this guy. I don't. I'm sorry. Like, he has too many sins.
I told her that they left it at school. That was a lie. I don't know what to do with the doll. Wherever I go, there it is, and I can't get myself to get rid of it.
Honestly, based on doll.
Reminder of this huge mistake, and how there's nothing I can do to make it better.
Huge mistake? A mistake is like, I mean, I guess he didn't say accident, because it definitely wasn't an accident. Driving drunk is not an accident. Burying the dead kids' bodies in the forest to try and cover it? Not an accident. Not telling your boss, like, or the kids' parents immediately? Not an accident. This guy deserves to be haunted. I feel no empathy for this guy. Like, I'm sorry, I don't. Like, what? Now you're regretting because there's consequences to your actions? The consequence is being haunted by the children that you killed by driving drunk. Ugh, I hate this guy. No, I like, honestly, I know that this is about him being, like, haunted and it's supposed to be scary, but I'm just, like, cheering the ghosts on. I'm like, yeah, go, 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 go. It's like one of those funny entertainment shows, you know, where, like, people, like, pull pranks on other people, except this guy, like, deserves pranks that are scary. So I'm just like, yeah, go, make it stop. Nah, do more. Knock on the door. Say hi. Bang on the door. Do it. Do it. Do it. Dance in the Bond doll.
God, I'm so sorry.
Make it bleed from its mouth. Freak him the fuck out. It'll be so entertaining. Oh my gosh, the record they're playing keeps skipping. If you cheer for the monster, it makes any horror movie less scary, lol. But you see, I'm not cheering for the monster. The monster is Felix for making all of those decisions, right? The monster is Felix, and I'm not cheering for him. I'm cheering for the good guy. The dead kids. But why'd they kill Susan? Wait, is it them that killed Susan? Are they in the bond? That's what's implied, right? But I thought that they were in the doll that was haunting Felix, and this is the animatronic bond, so that's like a different one? Quick, she's in here. Molly, I don't think we should. You saw what he did to her. He hurt her. He made her bleed. I don't want her to be hurt anymore. It's not fair. Molly, that's not our problem. Please, Ed. We have to find her. She doesn't deserve this. We have to. Fine, but be quiet. Yeah, see, the kids seem good. Other than haunting Felix, which is actually a good thing, I agree with it. Torment him? But, hello? Is anyone here? There? Please, somebody. I think this is Susan. Yeah, he hurt her. Yeah, so, yeah, Bon is a different guy. Well, you see, Susan, I think you might just be in limbo. I don't think this is hell because the kids are here. I think it's limbo.
I can hear you, Susan. I'm here.
Yeah, but who are you?
Where are you? Please, where am I?
Dead. Why is your spirit
Don't
like that
you
still, though?
worry. You're in safe hands, Susan.
I mean, she looks pretty dead, not very safe.
To
Safe.
Wonderland.
Wonderland.
Your new home,
But it literally just looks like
isn't it?
a pasture with dead grass.
Beautiful.
No, it's dead grass.
Am I
Dead? No.
Huh?
Not yet, at least.
So she's in a coma.
Your heart is still beating,
Okay.
but your body is now functioning.
Then why would you tell her that this is her new home?
Up there, you're slowly suffocating. But here, you're safe.
Okay, so you're trying to
The
convince her
spirit doesn't
to
pass on quite
let go?
as fast as the body
And die?
does. I would know.
Who are you?
This is the fourth person talking here, so I think this is the Bon.
My
I think this is the guy possessing Bon.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Bon. And you're Susan. I've had my eye on you. I know you very well, my friend.
Why would you murder your
I know
friend?
You like to fix things, isn't that right? Well, so do I.
Shaking my head in disappointment.
Wouldn't you like me to fix you?
Nah, you broke her, dude!
What are you talking about?
Breaking her, then being like, don't you want me to fix
I
you?
could help you.
I think this is the beginning of an abusive relationship.
A gift.
Like that
Take a look
gaslighting, bro.
inside.
I can fix you. You broke her to begin with! Oh, she's that one.
That
Oh.
is the new you.
Oh,
A wonderful gift.
a furry.
That will eventually become your new body. Just like a beautiful butterfly.
Bon
bursting
really
from a
murdered her to turn her
cocoon.
into a furry.
You will be reborn.
Also, why is he obnoxiously tall? Does he, like,
You don't
float?
have to listen to me. That is up to you. But what other choice do you have?
To just die and not become a
Can't
furry!
survive without being tethered to a vessel. I know you're scared.
Just die!
I was too. But everything will be okay.
Not with Bon as the only person to talk to. Are you kidding me?
Had to do to you.
Huh?
But look,
He admitted
the
it!
hard part is over with now. Besides, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
This guy! You better not accept it, bro. This is gross. Why are you growling? Robots don't growl? This guy. Man. He's gone. They're both gone. How are we gonna protect her now? Will she be alright? This is what happens when you're late, guys. I don't know. We just have to wait, okay? Alright. Come on, Molly. Let's go. Just walking on dead grass. Okay. Yeah, on a sunny day. I think that's a copyrighted song, so I'm just gonna mute it. Or I muted it. But we'll let the credits play because I think the people who made it should get the credits for it, right? Of course. Special thanks to you for your patience. Thank you. Is there gonna be a jump scare at the end? To be continued in part 2. Okay, so then there'll probably be a Walten Files 4 part 2, right? That's how they're gonna do it. Why can't they see my buttons? There we go. Now I can. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I'll go to my chatting. Oh. Very good. Hi. No. Hi. How did you guys feel about that? Let me just, No, I don't mind being big. I'll be big. You okay there? Yeah, I'm good. Just was in the wrong corner. But you know what? It's fine now. So, that was the Walten Files 4 CyberFun. How did we like that, guys? How did we feel about that? We feeling good? I'm feeling like, you know what? I'm really glad that I'm really glad that I watched the game theory video, because I wouldn't have known what was going on. Like, because the thing is I watched, like, the first Walten Files, whatever. I didn't know what was going on, so I watched the game theory video and was like, whatever Matt Pat says, that's what I'm gonna believe. So, yeah, and so the things, they made a lot more sense in number 4. Story-wise, maybe, I mean, I wasn't scared of it at all. I don't know. I know that you're supposed to be, but I wasn't. Maybe because I was like, yes, the story. What can I garner from the Walten Files 4 to understand the story? So I didn't get half of it. Understandable. As far as I got, okay, so Felix, uncle guy, drunk drives. Then he gets the kids murdered, the Molly and the Ed. And in this one, Bon, he's possessed by a bad guy and he kills Susan. And then the kids are like, oh no, how do we protect her? And then they fail to. So the kids are good. Bon is bad. And then it's going to continue to be about how the kids are good and Bon is bad. But, like, at the same time, it showed them, like, haunting the doll to haunt Felix, which I think is pretty based. I mean, if I was killed like that, I would haunt the perpetrator too. Like, depending on everything surrounding it, like how heartless it was or whatever. Like, if I died in a heartless way like that, yeah, I'm going to haunt them. Like, are you kidding me? Have you ever seen the famous meme of Springtrap from FNAF shouting, Michael, don't leave me here? I think I have. I think I have. The files sure were Walten. Yes, Jenny boy. Yes. So as far as lore, like, I feel like things like this where you have to, like, piece together the lore. The story itself is probably, like, far simpler and smaller than, like the length of the thing you're watching on the screen, because it's trying to scare you and be mysterious and stuff. And, yeah. But, yeah. Kids got murdered. Animatronic murder. Kids kinda based. Animatronic murderer, not so based. He want things, another animatronic. I don't know why he like murder, but he do like murder. And you know what? We don't always get an explanation as to why people like murder. Sometimes people just like murder. And you know what? That's not okay, but it is what it is, right? Ugh. Here, boom. Yeah. Okay. So, I'll take not being scared. Kind of need to sleep alone. Yeah, that's how life do be. You gotta sleep alone. Even if I'm scared, I don't want other people to sleep with me because then I don't have a good sleep. Murder do be cringe. That murder do be cringe though. It really do be. Like, why? Why would you put that much effort into murder when you could put that much effort into something else? Like literally anything else. Like, do you know how much effort it takes to murder someone? I mean, I personally don't, but probably a lot. Probably a lot more effort than, I don't know, just going, getting a university degree, or, I don't know, no EXP to get. You're treating Janny Boy treating real life like Undertale. Execution points. Oh wait, that wasn't Undertale's been out forever, so like who cares? So I'm on my YouTube homepage now, and I think what's this? Oh my gosh. There's just more VTuber drama on my YouTube For You page. I'm in my 20s, have an apartment with a roommate, and I sleep with my plushies. That's pretty okay. I don't sleep with any plushies. Like, if you guys have been here for a while, you know that I straight up just 1v1 my nightmares. I use them to get stronger so that when I have worse nightmares, I can sleep through them. The white figure possesses Bon and murdered the people that disappeared. He sort of reminds the mock character from Rock and Roll movie. Wanted what? I'm sorry, I can't understand that. I can't understand. What that means. Let's see. Kind of wanting to react to another thing instead of playing Power World because I just don't want to set that up and get the thumbnail and everything. But oh my gosh, the Walten Files 3 was 2 years ago. It wasn't 1 year ago. It was 2 years ago. You don't scare me. I scare myself. You're not wrong. I mean, there's some games that I absolutely do not want to play and don't like. Like I played The Mortuary Assistant, and I hated that game. So like little tidbit about me, I grew up in a religious household, right? So I was scared of like demons and shit. And so still, when something is about like demons and shit, I kind of am like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Like it's like the inner, it's like the back of my heart thing, like the thing that I grew up with, right? So I hated playing The Mortuary Assistant. That freaked me out a lot. I don't want to play Madison, cause, sorry, the demons in Madison freak me out. Same with Visage. Like, those are just games I don't want to play. Like, I really liked Amnesia, the bunker, like the monster in there. I liked him. He was a pretty funny monster. He was scary too. Like, of course, I get jump scared and scared when things come after me. Like, you see, I could play a horror game where everything is like cute as like really cutesy, but if it's trying to murder me, I'm still gonna be scared. If it's trying to murder me, I'm scared. Resident Evil 7 scared the frick out of me because I remember growing up in an old house far from the city, and the house is too realistic looking. Oh my goodness. The lady that peeks at you on the walls was scarier than anything for me. Yeah, no, I don't like ghosts and demons. Those scare me. Did you play Visage, Shelby? Because that would be super cool if you played Visage but were scared of the Walten Files. I don't know. The Walten Files just wasn't scary. Well, 1 through 3 weren't scary to me because I didn't understand them. And then 4 wasn't scary for me because I was like, I don't know. I don't know why the mouth thing where the thing's going blah, 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 I don't know why that would be scary because I'm just like blah, 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 like that's, you know. I watched someone else play it, LOL. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's very, very fair. I'm also kind of scared to play Alien Isolation. Like, I really want to play it, but I'm scared to play it. Not because I'm scared of the alien, but because I heard the alien AI is like super smart and like learns what you do. So if I decide to like hide all the time in the beginning, it's gonna look in all the hiding spots and kill me. If I decide to run away from it all the time, then it's gonna learn and just chase me and murder me. Like I'm scared that I won't be able to outsmart the funny alien guy. I'm just gonna die because I'm gonna be like, ooh, I hide in locker, and then he gone, and then I go, and then you learn that I hide in locker, can't hide in locker anymore. So every time I see a locker, it's just a death trap and not a helpful thing at all. Not many things scare me, but I do get tense. That's fair. Like, I get dread. I like like sometimes if there's like a scary game and I don't want to play it, but I want to play it for stream. So like there's things I want to do stuff, but I don't want to do stuff at the same time. So like horror games, I want to play horror games, but at the same time, I don't want to play horror games because they're scary. And so I'll be like hyping myself up, like I'm gonna play it. Like for Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, I heard that it was really scary, and I realize now that it's like the Miss the Light part is supposed to be the scariest. Although Miss the Light was completely glitched and just disappeared. Like I don't know why Miss the Light just despawned on my playthrough, but she did. She totally just despawned. But anyway, I was like super scared to play because it's like, the Poppy Playtime, the meme game. It's actually scary now, huh? So I have to keep hyping myself up and then do it and whatever. And then I actually played it and I was like, yes, this is so fun. But the other thing about horror games in me is if I get stuck, like I got stuck in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, I just get annoyed. Like if I just keep dying to the thing, I just get annoyed. Like I'm not scared of it anymore. I'm just like, I have to go back to the beginning. I hate you. You're so annoying. Like I'm not scared of it anymore. And so it's like, Aliens, the sequel, and Alien Isolation are the only entries in the franchise worth experiencing. Everything else is literal garbage. Well, I didn't know that there were other entries other than Alien Isolation, so thank you. The mouth movements there reminded me of the Sonic Adventure cutscenes. I wish I could visualize that, because I just don't remember. My memory go burr. Ooh, I have idea for what to react to next. I know. I wanted to react to this for a while, but I just didn't. I don't know why, but I just didn't. But I type on keyboard. I find. All right. Okay. Let me just change the... Oh, well, Isolation is supposed to be a sequel to the original 1979 movie, even making sure all the tech in the game has to look like it came from the 70s. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, I didn't realize like you were talking about like the Alien Isolation franchise as a whole. I thought we were just talking about the video games. I was like, there's that many video games? What? But I have to. Oh, thank you, Mortal. I will look at that in Discord when I am done streaming. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's good because I plan to have, so you know how I have this streaming channel and I have the reaction channel. I'm thinking one day if I'm like feeling good or I'm making enough money to outsource my editing, I want to make another one where I do like, you know, how people will make videos where they like do the game and then they narrate over it. I thought for the Poppy Playtime playthrough, that would be so funny because there's so many times I'm just like walking around. It's like, yes, Miss Delight just despawned on me. Oh, yep. Catnap's not going to show up for the second half of the fight, you know? I did an evil laugh? I don't remember doing an evil laugh. Maybe I did an evil laugh. Well, I'm sorry, I don't remember what it was, so I might do it again. Shiron made the most of it. I just helped search some reference to help her. Aw, thank you. I appreciate it so much. I love all the fan art everybody makes for me. It makes me feel so special. I'm like, oh, people love me enough to draw me. Like, you know how I kind of think of it is like when I had an artist friend in high school, everybody would always be like, can you draw me? Can you draw me? Can you draw me? And they were like, right? But like instead of like people being like, they're like, can I draw you? Can I draw you? I'm like, oh my gosh, the artists want to draw me. I'm so honored. You know? Okay, let me set this up properly, actually. You know what? I actually do not care to change the thumbnail or the video name. I simply do not. I'm just gonna put the video in description. Ugh. Let me copy. I don't know why my internet is being wild right now. It's like being so slow. Videos. Boom. Boom. Creators. Ah, shit, that's not the... Ha-ha! I do it. Okay, then I go back to here. Very good. And then... Ah! It started playing without my permission. Okay, we go back. Many times for my friends, I'm tired. Understandable. I don't draw for my friends. I draw characters based on my friends because imitation is the greatest form of flattery. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I remember I had a friend in like, I guess you would call it middle school age. She drew like me as an anime character and it looked like Zelda. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love Zelda. Oh my gosh, I would be Zelda in the Zelda universe. Oh my gosh, I could ship myself with Link. Oh my, because I had the biggest crush on Link in like middle school. I wrote a fan fiction. I was so obsessed with Legend of Zelda and Link that I wrote a fan fiction and it was #1 on the site for a little while. And I'm sorry, this story, at school, in the library, I was bored because I was done with my work and the computers were in the library. So I started writing it in the library. My English teacher was like, oh, what are you writing? I was like, a book, because I didn't want to say I was writing a fan fiction. And she was like, oh, and she saw like how many hearts and readers it had. And she was like, oh my gosh, where can I read your book? It must be really good. And I was like, I don't think you want to read my book. And she's like, oh, why? Like, I was like, because it's like kind of video game-esque. And she's like, oh, I love fantasy books. And I was like, no, please, no. So I was like, you know, books written on the internet, like, a lot of people may read them, but they still have like the grammatical errors and stuff. Like, you've been on Wattpad where you've read like a book that is like really, really popular, but it's like there's tons of grammatical errors and stuff. I was like, you know, you're an English teacher. Your English teacher brain might get mad at my writing, but I was really good at English. She knew this, so she was like, ah, you're so good at writing. There won't be. And then the bell rang and I left. No, I didn't write 50 Shades of Triforce. No, I didn't. You see, the thing is, too, insert link X-reader fanfiction, but I didn't realize that like the shipping always had to be romantic, so it was like more platonic. So it was nothing nothing like that. I was also in middle school. I didn't know how to write romance at all, so it's just like, we are best of friendos, you know? That was... But you can't read it anymore because the website I had it on updated, and it completely fucked up everything. Because I got lazy and didn't want to, like, write scenes anymore, like tons of paragraphs or whatever. So I just started writing the dialogue color-coded. And then we go here, we do this, like, in between. But so instead of, like, the quotation marks and the this person said, the dialogue was all color-coded. And then when they updated their website, it fucked over all of the formatting and color coding. And so I went and looked at it a few years later, and it's just a blobs of text that don't make any sense because all of the formatting and color coding got completely deleted. Yeah. There were 2 other fan fictions that I wrote. One didn't do well, the other did. The one that didn't do well was a collaboration with a friend. It was an Armin X Reader and a Armin X Reader 1 and Levi X Reader 2 because I really liked Armin, so I was writing the Reader X Armin parts and they were writing the Reader X Levi parts, and it was just too much. Because people couldn't, like, it was meant to be like, oh, so like you can insert your friend in the other part, but people don't care about what their friend's doing. They care about what they're doing, right? And the other one that did do kind of well was a Karapika X Reader one. And I never finished it. Because I got tired. I got tired of it. I got tired of writing fan, like I basically wrote fan fiction as an outlet for my obsession, because like I would get really, really obsessed with something, and then that would become like my thing. So whenever I would when I watched Hunter x Hunter, I felt so empty when it ended that I just read tons and tons of Hunter x Hunter fan fictions. And then when I'd read like pretty much all the good ones, I still like felt empty. So then I wrote my own, and I just wrote it to the point where I like had let go. That's something that I've gotten a lot better with as I age, is like if I get like obsessed with something, it doesn't like entirely consume my life like it did before, and I don't feel like entirely empty when it ends and just like need to fill that void. That's why I did that with Zelda too. Is like when I finished sorry. The ginger ale is making me burp. When I finished watching Let's Plays of all the Zelda games at the time and memorizing the Zelda timeline and all that. I don't have the Zelda timeline memorized anymore, but I did. Anyway, so I just felt empty afterwards. So then I started writing fan fiction and whatnot. And so, I just never read fan fiction because 9.9 out of 10, they get the characters wrong. Yeah, understandable. The thing is I've never really been great at characterization. I shouldn't say that as a voice actor. Like I can tell when a character is out of character, but then when I go to like write a character, I'm like, no. But that's also like I'm talking about like when I was in like middle school. I've gotten better with that as I've done like voice acting, because you kind of have to be better at characterization. But like at the same time, when I was like in middle school and stuff, I thought, oh my god, this character is so complex. Like I thought every character was like so complex and big brained and whatnot. But a lot of the time, you can like dumb characters down to like about 3 different main traits. As a VA, you gotta become the character, lol. Yeah. So I got better with that. But like, and yes, there are gonna be characters that are like more complex and less complex, a main character and other characters. But a lot of characterization comes from, okay, like the 3 core things of how this character is going to react in this situation, what they're gonna do about it, and all of that stuff. So when it comes to writing characters, it's less about, I guess, the characters themselves and more about the scenarios that you put them in, and then comprehending what they do in that scenario and like why. Sometimes you don't even need to know why. You just need to know what they're gonna do. I don't know. Like, I would say like my entire personality could probably be summed down into like 3 things too. Characterization ain't easy. You're constantly walking a tightrope between epic and cringe, beloved and hated, misinterpreted, and people missing the point. I also used to write some stories, but in video games, and sometimes I put character in the game, so I felt like I'm in the game. Yeah, stuff like that, like reader inserts. But anyway, that was really rambly. I wonder how many tries it'll take to get this name right. Okay, Bloodborne Review, Defeat Gods, Doll Waifu Simulator. Okay, everybody. Today we are going to be reacting to Bloodborne Review, Defeat Gods, Doll Waifu Simulator by Maxor. We will start the video in 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. Okay. Human children? What? Thanks for telling me. Thanks for telling me there's no audio. Now I have to restart. Thanks though. We were only like 30 seconds in. Never thought you'd watch a Maxor vid since the colors. There's colors? I don't know. Bloodborne's pretty gray. We'll try it. I've never watched a Maxor video before. Not a single one. So, I just know that they're good, apparently, and funny. I just want to laugh. No! Okay, the thing about this and kind of preparing to, okay, like, this is the stream, right? But I'm gonna edit this to put on the reaction channel. Is that I said things about the first 30 seconds is not going to be a genuine reaction because I already watched the first 30 seconds and I said something about the babies. Do I have to repeat what I said about the babies already? Or do I... what do I do? You are not ready for Maxor, LMAO. Perfect. That will make this reaction all the better. Peak content right here. Why am I getting canceled? What did I do? What did I do to get canceled? What are you talking about? Okay. Getting canceled for it not being for the first 30 seconds not being a genuine reaction because I already watched it, but the audio was okay. Hello everyone and welcome to my reaction to Bloodborne Review, Defeat Gods, Doll Waifu Simulator by Maxor. In 3, 2, 1.
The video has spoilers. Bloodborne is a Lovecraftian horror RPG
spoilers
that no one
for Bloodborne
understands
here.
by definition, where the player is free to attack hordes of human children at will and consume their innards. If that in-depth and engaging anti-baby gameplay appeals to you, keep listening because it gets worse. In this game, you
Does
play
not
as
appeal
John
to me.
Bloodborne,
I am a
foreigner
baby.
incapable of speech without the use of sign language, and
I
stricken
will
with
not be
Havre
able to
disease,
beat this
comes
game.
to the ancient city of London
Yes,
seeking
disease.
treatment for the sins of his cousins. In
I
doing
can
so,
relate.
he will begin hallucinating talking dolls, spider people, and the great...
I'm a talking doll!
Journeying further, John Bloodborne becomes conscripted into the service of a gay elder god and the 60-year-old man he keeps as a pet, and is given the ultimate task of killing an invisible infant in order to cure his anemia. To accomplish said Herculean task, the player must journey through dark forests, terrifying nightmares, and the meth-ridden alleyways of a post-Brexit Britain, slaying monsters, exploring, and tricking women into being impregnated by gods so you can consume the child. This game is an excellent realization
the child of a god?
with something new around every
What does that
corner.
make you?
A great action RPG which pits you against insurmountable odds and extreme challenges, and has a gripping story and lore about discovering the eldritch truth. So if you can, play it yourself, because I'm not going to hold back on the details. It's no secret that my reviews
Don't
are
hold back, I'm not gonna play
first, so I don't suggest using me as genuine advice. However, most people can't play this game, ever, because you have to buy a $400 magical box sold by the wizard Sony in order to experience it. And even then, you get to see it in an amazing 30 frames per second with no anti-aliasing. Port this game to PC, I beg of you. In fact, I can assume that a lot of people watching this video will basically never play the game. But keep watching, because I'm hilarious and original. Do that, and I can give you the full, unfiltered, uncensored, unsubstantiated, and unsportsmanlike experience that is...
This guy seems fun. Part 1 of the video. I was like, what?
And the easiest way to describe it is simple but complicated. On a simple level, your baby brain is responsible for only 2 tasks, dodging and hitting. And dodging in this game renders you temporarily invincible. Sounds easy, right? Wrong. Because every single enemy is adjusted to keep pace with you. Basic enemies are basically able to whoop your ass into fucking non-existence. Every encounter, therefore, is tense and engaging. When you kill someone, it's because you were faster and had more meth than they did. On a complicated level, you have a gun.
I think that's true in real life, too.
People, but in London, bullets are a suggestion, like the Geneva Convention. Here in England, it's all about
the Geneva suggestion.
When you shoot someone mid-attack, you gain the mystical and arcane ability to plunge your fist through their ribcage like Mortal Kombat and rip out their heart, which is considered rude and a slight annoyance. This extends to behind them if you charge an attack, which sometimes causes you to reach up a pig's asshole and rip out the like fruit by the foot. Side note,
that kind of looks like when I helped my grandpa get help a cow give birth to a backwards cow.
And in this route, you sneak up behind this guy and do him the dirty. Then entice these 2 swinedealer bastards to be mauled to death by members of Organization 13. Repeat 50 times. On a complicateder level, every single weapon in the game has 2 different modes with 2 different movesets, and transforming between them gives you special attacks in addition to running attacks.
I really like funny farmer weapons.
On a theoretical physicist level, your character memorizes squiggly lines and fridge art created by gods for passive bonuses that work regardless of weaponry. My favorites are more money, and more money they stack. Finally, on a
I love more money, and more money. Can I get that in real life?
Gem slots, they give differing effects for your attacks. And there are different types that can literally change all of the stats of the weapon, like making a fucking spear do more damage based off of intelligence. There's definitely more strategy in how you level up your character.
My spear would be the weakest spear, I swear.
Video game. But with all this combat prowess, you may be wondering,
Maxor,
who are these crusty abominations that you're fighting on screen? Well, to learn that much, we're going to have to delve into the lore.
Crusty
so,
abominations.
Bitches, because this shit is wild. If I say something questionable, just accept it as fact. I can be trusted. 60 years ago, 20 rowdy college students took their education extremely seriously because they found woman Cthulhu. She was just in a portable toilet downstairs. Also, because they were bored, they beat to death a god of the sea with some bats, but that's a story for later. It turns out the entire world is ruled and created by a race of elder gods beyond human comprehension called the Great Ones. Figuring this out, they got Cthulhu's blood and were like, we can make a religion out of this. Because
this thing would have taken forever to edit.
Which is really good due to all the knife crime. So everyone starts drinking it a little too much and they get the money to build 36 cathedrals, but it turns out eventually the blood turns you into a werewolf. So the church hires a guy named German to go fight the beasts with an organization known as the Hunters.
What does a werewolf have to do with Cthulhu?
Now the knife crime is increased even more, and German sort of goes insane and creates a life-size doll of one of his students who is an 8-foot-tall Amazonian. He also canonically has sex with it. The moon god, for some reason, kind of takes notice of this and is like, alright, listen, I'm building a suicide squad. I will bring your waifu to waifu if you serve me for all time as my slave. German reasonably thinks that this is a great
this guy is rizzing me with his editing skills alone. Like the editing skills plus the script plus the voiceover? I'm being triple rizzed right now.
So in addition to fighting all manner of giant beasts and uncovering dark secrets, the true aim of this game is to commit infanticide. There's enough bullshit here to fill tax legislation. So comment your own poorly summarized Bloodborne lore below. And for the rest of us non-shills, we have ample time to explain more of what makes makes this game great.
Wait, so the goal of the game
Yes,
is
you have been
infanticide?
jailed. I am talking about bosses before I talk about the levels. In most video games, bosses cap off areas, but in Bloodborne, areas are preambles to a dick flattening, and nothing will challenge your skill in quite the same way.
I hope one
Except
day
for
I'm a
the
big enough
goddamn Witches of
VTuber to
Hemwick
end up
who
in a
replaced it in the
Maxor
game for
video.
disability access. You can probably tell that Bloodborne is a hard
Disability
game. You don't even know
access?
if a games journalist can beat it. But it's hard in a fair way that tests your skills and reaction time, except for Lawrence, but I'll get back to Lawrence later. What sets this game's bosses apart is that the challenge
Maybe
makes
I
it feel
could
like you're a
play
really
it.
small dude jabbing a toothpick into a building-sized deer demon. So yeah, I would be impressed if you killed that. But not only that, unlike Dark Souls, every single boss reacts meaningfully to how you attack them. Large beasts can have their bones cracked and their tendons wound into a slinky. Bone boys can be knocked over and have their marrow shipped. And human enemies will wince and recoil when they see the height difference. As well, every boss punishes you for cowardice and actively discourages backpedaling with their forward momentum, causing every fight to be an elaborate dance with a thrilling back and forth. Unless you're fighting Grom, who is the really hungry caterpillar if he had a legion of arachnid slaves.
I am incredibly impulsive, so like I don't like backing
from
away from the video game
this
fights,
motherfucker,
which
let me tell
usually
you something.
gets
The
me
humanoid
murdered.
bosses in this game are paradoxically the most dangerous. But Mikolash is a psychological hazard that will hurt you personally. This boss literally feels like cut content because the fight centers around chasing him, and his direction depends on RNG, making him an actual speedrun killer. When you corner him, he uses one attack, and then you chase him again, where he gains the power to insta-kill you. God forbid you're hit by it, because that's 10 minutes gone. Here's a tip. Save up 10 poison knives and steal from your family if you must. Then wait until he jumps down this hole, poison him repeatedly, and watch him spaz the fuck out until death. You will thank me. But as a result, to everyone who isn't Miko shit, conquering a boss in this game is absolutely rewarding on a level that other games cannot match. It's only because the odds are stacked against you in ways that don't feel bullshit most of the time that conquering them is the main reason I play, and their fights are undoubtedly the best I've ever done in video games. But that isn't most
Well, this
of the
guy's
time
a
in
true
the game.
gamer
In
if he was
fact,
able
a
to
lot
beat
of your time
this, I
is spent
guess.
exploring the areas, so let's get into that. Lesson 1 in area design. Where the fuck am I going? Exploration is the name of the game, except
Me
it's called
all the
Bloodborne.
time.
Only
Where am
this
I
time, you
going?
don't
I
bring
don't remember
smallpox
where
and
I
kill 20
didn't know where
million
I'm
people.
going.
We're looking at a solid 10 this time, because the main enemies in this game are British townspeople. It's how the developers made sure you didn't feel bad about killing them. The plague of beasts infecting London causes people's teeth to become beast-like, makes you aggressive at night, and slurs your speech. So it's up to you to stop them, as a hunter should. If you don't look up where to go next in this game, good fucking luck. People get lost all the time. Get used to it. This game doesn't do exploration like, oh look, there's loot in this hallway. My dopamine's gonna go crazy. That's baby shit. This is daddy's exploration, where you find a route back to a place you were in 10 hours ago. And I hope you weren't expecting a mini-map, or any map. Every single hallway is a rabbit hole of discovery, and your hand isn't held. Case in point, Cathedral Ward is a level, but feels like a hub area because it connects to fucking everything. And where you start the game is in the middle of a loop-de-loop involving torturous experimentation. Just look at the fucking map of this game. Everything overlaps. And yes, there is a level called Nightmare Lecture Hall, and no, it does not connect to the Altar of Despair, although you would think that. Fittingly, the lecture hall is the smallest area, and more fittingly, 90% of the combat is graduates throwing cum at you. The game also has 2 completely secret areas that you would not find without the internet. I would tell you how to enter, but I don't want to do calculus. And what you get at the end of Cathedral Ward is legitimately a horror area.
This game is literally just anti-doll.
Because it's filled with enemies who act out my greatest fears. Stealing currency permanently gives me fucking chills every time I talk about it. Castle Canehurst is proof that
you can't steal the gold!
It's the best area in the entire game. Requires
I
you to
hate
go
it
to
when
the
that
Field
happens
of
in
Corn
Slay
in
the
Ohio
Spire.
and trek down Walten.
I wouldn't be able to
But it's worth
handle
it to
it.
invade the house of that parasitic queen dwelling in her demented castle, so that she may feel the wrath of the proletariat. All we have to do is kill Prince Philip, who guards the way as an eternal lich. On top of this, there are numerous NPCs and NPC quest lines spread throughout the world, all with a series of interactions with each other depending on location and timing. For instance, you could direct nuns, prostitutes, and Prince Philip to a church run by a lonely black sludge, then perform enough blood transfusions to send the nun into a
you're
Yandere
friendly
rage,
enough
or you
with
could
both the
direct them
nuns
to the
and
nice
the
woman who
prostitutes
runs the
to
clinic
direct
down the
them
street,
both.
who only wants to help and assist others. Then take a strange path through the forest and into her clinic to discover
friends
that
with
she's been
everybody
experimenting
here.
on all of them in order to create the blue
We do
man
not
group.
discriminate.
And if you want, you can take the umbilical cord away from her schizophrenic ass and eat it. The sky's the limit in Bloodborne quest lines. And you know what my favorite quest line is? The one where you
but
descend
was
into
the
literal
umbilical
hell,
cord
complete
her
with eternal
babies,
punishment,
or was
insanity, and femboy
attached to
fishing,
her?
the
Like it never
scariest
fell
of
off
them
of
all.
her.
I'm of course talking about the DLC.
Did you just
the
rip
only
off a
DLC
grown
for this
woman's
game. And if you
umbilical
play through
cord?
Bloodborne, you have to play through the DLC. I'm not giving you a fucking choice. So to learn why, you should play the best expansion ever made since Spore Galactic Adventures.
Jungles.
Come with me on this amazing journey to find the secrets of the Bloodborne, the Old Hunters. I want you to
Who are the
imagine
old
hell.
actors?
Now imagine hell written by H.P. Lovecraft. It will be filled with squids, immigrants, and air conditioning. This DLC has none of that except the squids. For you see, those college kids from the lore section of the video were built fucking different. They experimented on an entire village and possibly beat up a god of the sea so fucking bad that her consciousness in the 9th dimension died. We spent an entire game killing an infant and these guys somehow killed the MILF god. But anyways, in the process of this, it cursed them and all of the hunters to be doomed to a hell upon death, where they will hunt in a bloodthirsty rage without rest for all eternity, indistinguishable from a political subreddit. Case in point, this is Ludwig.
Are they
He's
the
the
squids,
first boss
though?
of the DLC and has a reputation for causing refunds. Not because he's bad, but because he's too good for you. The first phase is as difficult for me as realizing that Golden Corral is not actually a real corral. But like every restaurant except
do you
Golden
buy at
Corral,
Golden
the
Corral?
rewards at the end are delicious because his second phase
Ooh,
is
light
even
sword.
harder. Now, I'm not going to lie, this DLC has 4 bosses and 3 of the hardest bosses I have ever fought in any video game ever. So your ass will be clenched the entire time, and the fact that he's the 3rd hardest is fucking concerning.
I wonder how
Some
long
people
he
tell
spent
me,
looking for these
Maxor,
specific
your videos
images
have
and
gotten me
GIFs.
through tough times because they made me laugh. But like this boss, you are the one who is truly overcoming these challenges, and I believe in your ability to beat both of them. King. Boss Lightning Round. The DLC has many such cases of amazing bosses, including Lady Maria, who is the basis for German's extremely creepy 8-foot-tall doll fetish, but we'll get back to that. And Orphan of Qagazzz, who was born
I'm not
from
8
the
foot, but I
literal
am
dead
tall.
body of a god. If you enjoy
Oh.
the sensation of being
That
beaten
just
to death with a
birthed
sharpened
out of the
placenta,
ground.
this is the fight for you. And as with everything that From Software
Why
makes,
is the
they threw in
farmer
a boss
murder
that they
weapon
didn't really finish
fleshy?
and called it a day. I'm of course talking about Lawrence, which is a very mundane name for a fire monster locked in hell. Take my
Okay,
advice,
but
don't
spending
fight
time going
Lawrence,
through a
you
50
only
gigabyte
lose a
folder
part
of memes,
yourself.
that
Since
takes
this
a lot
boss
of
fights you
time,
by
bro.
dropping off his own legs and then violently vomiting and shitting lava everywhere. I've always wanted
Oh.
my game about dynamic dodging and elaborate fencing to be reduced to shitty area denial like it's Team Fortress 2. To wrap things up, the music of this game is pretty good, but the DLC music is fucking insane. I don't know what it is about Japanese composers being able to make better symphonies than the continent that invented them, but just take a listen.
Holy shit, I'm alive right now.
Have you ever thought, as I do, that this game is just too good? That you would really rather be playing a shittier version of the game, such as the engagement of the Chalice dungeons? I, of course, jest. They're fine, probably, except for half of them, because Bloodborne has an optional system of infinite dungeon generation for all of those who wish to break free of the
I like
shackles
infinite
of good level
dungeon
design.
generation
Let's
with
talk
decks.
about how, and more importantly, why. First of all, Bloodborne has a system of dungeons that everyone shares and dungeons that are random. For my footage, I played the shared dungeons that you can be guaranteed the pain you witness on screen is mandatory. One of the biggest strengths of Bloodborne is the ability to have
Don't we love
interesting and
mandatory
challenging
pain?
enemy encounters gently rubbed with the blood-stained hands of Miyazaki. But I don't think I have to explain to you how randomizing almost every encounter in the game could be imbalanced. But fortunately, most enemies you encounter in the Chalice dungeons are new to spare British people your wrath, so you instead fight SCP-96. But why are we here? It turns out that the entire city of London was built on a
dungeon is just
Celtic
full of
burial ground,
SCPs.
an ancient
So many.
civilization called the Tumerians, who discovered the healing powers of blood and then
He could
mysteriously
name
disappeared.
his files
Wow, I
in the
wonder
main
what
folder
happened.
obvious
This is all
stuff, but
cool in
I
theory,
named the
but
files in
reality
my
is that
main
most of the
folder
time you fight
obvious
the same
stuff, and I
4
still
enemies,
can't
and
find
the first
them.
3 dungeons can be replaced by Simon Says. My cat literally wouldn't notice. The Chalice dungeons are so forgotten that the developers use them to put joke enemies into the game. My favorite is the man who aggressively rolls at you, stark naked, wearing only his Nikes. The uniqueness also extends
He
to the
said,
bosses,
"I am a
and they're
panda."
actually pretty cool, like Tumerian descendant,
Off we
the
roll.
watchdog, and the 3 overweight men. Do you remember that basic enemy from like 2 levels? He is the boss now. Rom, he is the boss again. The only thing stopping me from throwing myself into a wood chipper is the fact that Miglash isn't back. And if you're going to have replays, you probably want to make sure that they're actually good. In fact, the bosses are so fucking imbalanced that the watchdog fight is primarily comprised of instant kill attacks. I beat Sekiro backwards on a keyboard, and this shit is too fucking much. Now, normally that would be all, but the dungeons go deeper. What we have discussed so far is merely the surface, and there is a much darker syndicate
time did you
lying just
spend
below.
playing this
These
game?
places you must never venture, for they are the save edit dungeons, whereby through wizardry, the community are able to conjure up deep, dark chasms and share them with the rest of the world. Of these secrets, there are only 2 that I shall reveal to you, and the first is the Cum Dungeon. Yes, you heard that correctly and clearly. The Cum Dungeon Dungeon is the name of the most optimal farming route ever conceived by the fucking cricket people who do this shit. Whereby the player enters the chasm of place name and watches as a high-level boss yeets itself off a cliff. Murgo's pig fisting route can give you 10,000 echoes. This gives 83,000. And if you thought that sorcery was bad, it gets much worse. You can insert anything from the game files by save editing a chalice dungeon. Anything. This includes cut and unfinished content from the game that the developers forgot to delete. Like this
that's so funny.
with invisible lightning. Overall, the chalice dungeons are bad.
I love
They're
that.
not actually very fun to play, and yet I love them. Everyone loves them because they allow us to further explore a long-dead game with the help of a passionate community. Now, before we sign off, I know what you're thinking. Maxor, what about the multiplayer? That I would love to talk about with all the footage I have, but it's dead. If this game releases on PC, and it better, then I will talk about the multiplayer extensively. And finally, this game and this video would not be complete if I didn't talk about the hunter's dream. After all the combat, the battles, and the difficulties of this game, it's nice to have a place to recharge, purchase items, upgrade weapons, and watch as it violently burns to the ground. This is where you'll find German slowly wasting away as his soul remains captive for an eternity, and his doll waifu
I wonder why he needed a peg leg if he was in a wheelchair.
Levels you up, offers you advice, and German says you're allowed to have sex with her. When I fell down and felt defeated, she was there to pick me up. When I emoted at her randomly, she pretended to be impressed. And she was there, graciously standing in the background of this one shot that I took of myself. She is our waifu now, and the game is perfect and complete because she is in it. Now excuse me as I engage in the supplementary lore material. Should you get the game?
Oh my God.
Yes, absolutely. I am biased. In fact, you should physically enter Sony's headquarters and demand that it be ported to PC. I will be right there with you. Tasers will not stop me. I would like to thank the corrupt hackers and politicians funneling money into this channel directly from the taxpayer. If you would like to contribute your funds accrued through extensive federal government corruption, you can head to my Patreon to learn more. I would also like to thank the kind denizens of the Mythbusters Smut Discord who sent me half the memes in this video. And as always, thank you for watching.
This guy is so chaotic. I love that. This is one of his most tame videos. You see, I love that, but like at the same time, like his Discord sends him stupid memes. Yeah, oh my God. The Ultra Kill videos are just so many colors. Like, are they tame in terms of colors or tame in terms of humor or both? Please let me know before I react to more. Bitrate killer. I don't know. I see that Lythero has posted a new video on there doing Lethal Company, but it's 2 hours long, and I don't want to react to. They're not taming anything. Okay, thanks for that. We'll see if I react to more Maxor videos or not. Then I'm sure it'll be an impulse decision. You will get out of it diagnosed with dumb, as if I'm not diagnosed with dumb already, Shelby. Maybe I'll react to Lethal Goonery another day because I don't want to be here for 2 more hours because then that'll be like 2:30 a.m. But I want to be here a little longer, so I'm looking for something. If you have any suggestions, feel free to put them in the chat. I don't want to go through my Discord right now. But I will be editing these and putting them up on the reaction channel. The Metal Gear Rising videos were tame, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but I haven't played Metal Gear, and I want to. I'm kind of scared to watch his Genshin ones now, because I really wanted to, but now I'm like, should I? Bendy the Cage official announcement trailer. Oh, that came out 3 months ago. What am I doing? What is this? You should? I should watch the Genshin ones? Okay. I am the devil in your shoulder head, you should! Okay. As you wish. Okay. Back to Maxer I go. Popular. Gonna be popular. Let me scroll down. Okay, so there's a few Genshin Impact ones. There's old Genshin Impact review, My Money Is Gone Waifu Simulator, and one from 10 months that is Genshin Impact is a playable anime. And I think I have time to react to both. So let me get this set up, and then I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break and also just play an ad on that bathroom break. It's updated, but I'm sure that there's great content in the first one too. Oh my gosh, please pause. There we go. Oh god, I'm not sleeping today. If I'm not, you're not. Show me. Oh, it's great to have you here. Okay, so YouTube keeps yelling at me for having ads turned off on my live streams. I don't want... It's 6:35 a.m. Yeah, go to bed, Chatty boy. Thank you for being here, but go to bed. If you want to watch the reaction stuff later, you will be able to, but I have it edited and up on my reaction channel. It'll be fine. This is not going away forever. It's 3:38 here. You can go to bed too if you want. It's 12:38, like midnight. 38 here. 0038. I like using 24-hour time because when people tell me to be somewhere at like 7, I'm like, okay, like early in the morning or like night. But like I'm disabled, so like I don't have like normal work hours, right? So like a lot of the time people mean like 7 a.m. and I'm like, I will be there at 7 p.m. No. Also, with my brain being fucked and my memory also being bad, if people say 7 a.m., I'm like, did they say a.m. or p.m.? And I like have to text them to elaborate like 10 times before I'm like, oh yes, I know, it's the A or the P. I can't remember the A or the P. That's the only difference, and so I can't remember it. And so, but if you tell me that we're meeting up at 19 o'clock, okay, yeah, I know that. That's way different than 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is 7 a.m. 13 o'clock, sorry, not 13. 19 o'clock is 7 p.m. So they're different enough that I can actually remember. But if you just have me remembering, was it an A or was it a P? Nah. It's just gone. It's gone. I don't. Anyways, I need to do the washroom break and play the stupid ad because the YouTube keeps going. You want to play ads during your stream? And I keep going, no. Bro, what? I come back and chat's saying there was creepy things. Oh yeah, my AFK is like kind of creepy. The eyes were twitching. I wasn't even in my booth. I went to the bathroom. Why were my eyes twitching? Maybe my camera like picked up one of my stuffies in the background or something. Very good. Very good. That's what we like to see. You know, I'm kind of, streaming. I'm kind of procrastinating getting my work. They were twitching. Oh my god. Well, actually, at the end of my Poppy Playtime playthrough where everything went wrong and nothing went right, my model for some reason started freaking out like the animatronics in FNAF do when you look at them on the camera, like they, it was pretty great, I guess. Oh, bloopers. Yeah. What was it? Oh yeah, by continuing to stream, like I'm doing two things. I'm like getting a little bit of a content backlog for the reaction channel, which is good, but I'm also procrastinating making my little outro end screen thing for the reaction channel because I want to have like a little outro thing that's like, please like and subscribe to this channel, and this is my streaming channel, and go buy stuff at galaxiagaming.tcg. And use code DOLL5 to get 5% off. I get some kickback from the, like I gotta make that. And I gotta do some video editing. And like, I don't know how people do, like, when people do like the sponsorship thing and on the screen, it's like them typing like the code thing. And that it's like the same pace or whatever in every video. I don't know how to do that. So I'm like, do I just screen record myself putting my code into the thing? I'm sure if I do that, I'm gonna get roasted, but like, I'm really bad at video editing. I don't have the video editing riz that Maxer has. Maxer has the video editing riz. Like, people are creative in a lot of ways and put their personality into things in a lot of ways, right? And I just cannot do it with video editing. I can do it with voice acting, I can do it with streaming, VTubing, whatever, right? I don't have the video editing riz. That'd be funny though. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because that's the only way I know how to do it. I don't know how to do it any other way. So that's what's gonna happen. Oh my gosh, wait a second. Do I have this in the playback? Quality auto. Are you kidding me? There we go. No wonder it was looking a little fuzzy. Yeah. He takes like a semester to edit these things. That's why there's not like that many videos. But that's also why like so many of them get over like 1 million views or multiple millions of views, right? So like you can tell he puts his soul into it. But the thing is, you see, if I took like a semester to edit something, it still would have no soul. Which is why I can't wait until I get that infinite money glitch and I can pay people to like edit my shorts and stuff. People with the video editing riz. I'm gonna hire them. Okay. Let's. Hello everyone, and today we are reacting to the old Genshin Impact review. My money is gone. Waifu Simulator. Some kanji I cannot read. In 3, 2, 1.
Genshin Impact is a game which has sucked away my soul and killed my dog. I first
What?
began playing Genshin Impact
How did
because
it-
of all the cute women that experienced
Did it cause you to neglect your dog to the point it died?
I love Genshin Impact, but this game will have an impact on your social life, and even after you stop playing, you will not recover.
Yeah,
To this
it'll-
day,
you-
it has
it'll
left
give
me
you a
in
social
perpetual
life because
state of
everybody's playing it. You
sophisticated
go into
molding, and I
multiplayer.
recommend it for all the wrong reasons. In this game,
Oh,
you play as
give me
John
your
Impact,
reasons.
an extra-dimensional being whose
I
brother
like
was
wrong
eaten
reasons.
by Mega Blocks and is forced to
Oh.
navigate Avatar, the last airbender for weeaboos. Powered by its simple chemistry system in which
Never realized that. That's so true.
burn and throw rocks at each other. One of those is much less
Oh,
cool,
yes.
but it, like Australopithecus, was my primary source of damage. Now trapped in the land of gotcha hell,
I never
our protagonist
understood
must find a way to
how to play
save
with
our
her.
siblings by fighting geometry, the indigenous inhabitants of Twitter, space midgets, and the ice KGB. As well, we are here to
Oh.
explore, solve puzzles, play prop hunt, cook, cook, get arrested for looking at Zhongling too much, get sentenced to 10 years,
No!
and emerge from prison a devout Buddhist. This video is going to be about my experience playing this interesting game.
That
and
was
how
a
to
lot of
objectively
experience.
have the most fun with it. It's a very bad sign when most people who play the game don't recommend it, but I do. Although I am slightly a dingus, so I don't recommend you take my opinion as fact, but as entertainment. So whether you're new to this,
No one recommends it, but I do. But don't take my recommendations.
Please allow me to tell you the tale of how this left a Genshin impact into my frontal lobe.
More kanji, I don't understand.
Here's a fun tip that most Genshin players don't know. The age of consent is 18 years old. Let's begin with what's maximally important. Not the gameplay, not the story, nor anything you would typically associate with a video game. The single most important thing in this game is rolling dice to gain attractive people and then parading them around like a child on TLC. I do not exaggerate when I say this is probably what attracted most people to this game. If you want an example, Lisa is a character who continually refers to herself as One-sama and sounds like she is at all times on the verge of sex. I received her after completing a quest and then decided that I would use Lisa exclusively to do rock climbing. That way, I could repeatedly hear her oddly enthusiastic moaning for the next 10 hours of gameplay. I literally installed this game after downloading 60 images of Ganyu, since the official lore of the game specifies that she killed a monster after being eaten by it because her ass was so big it blocked his trachea and suffocated him to death. However, there is a catch. I don't have Ganyu, and I never will. You have a random chance to get characters, and that chance isn't high. 5.1% to be exact, and that's getting anyone. So if you want a particular character, get fucked. You could have your very first
This is why you should play Honkai
DPS
instead.
character that carries you through the game with chimpanzee martial arts, or you could roll 3 useless small boys in a row and then desire death. It's a fucking guy. God damn it. And while I'm writing about bad things that could be deal breakers, the anti-cheat for
Bennett
this
is a
game
secret
is
5-star
very
though.
strong and has ring 0 permissions on your kernel. This means that it can read and write memory at any location in your computer without
What are you talking about?
I, however, am not afraid, since if Xi Jinping does harvest my computer's data, all he will find is 50 pages of Waluigi hentai. It's your loss. And yes, it does turn off when the game isn't running. So this review is going to include a guide on how to have fun, because like real life, lusting after women causes suicidal depression. Step 1. Play as optimally as you want. Do not try to min-max shit because RNGesus will snap your fucking neck. Do whatever is fun with whatever you have. In my case, I decided that I would roleplay as a violent misandrist and only play as women out of principle. Any men that I rolled would be locked at level 1 and made useful in the coal mines. It is simply not worth it for me to engage in combat.
I love
if I
Beto.
cannot also yank
Playing
it.
as
The
Beto is
central
great.
point of the characters is that they are potential wives, and I am absolutely, definitely, 1000% secure in my masculinity. Playing the game optimally in this case would mean making
think
the game
this guy
boring
likes
and staring at
Barbara.
man-ass, so fuck it. If, for instance, I had wanted a particular legally questionable female to be my digital puppet, the chance of me receiving that would be 0.3%, which is where this image comes from. Take what you can get with the rolls. Don't be mad. Exercise patience and control, and you will have a lot more fun. I definitely have not sold my house to get big-titted pirate mommy. But Maxor, I hear your thoughts. Why are you
Isn't he a
displaying a
4-star?
single image of a regular crab on my
He likes
screen? And
Ganyu.
also,
Yeah.
what is the world of
But, like,
Genshin
also
Impact,
Barbara.
and why are we here? That is a great question, James.
why are
because
we
before
here?
we get into the exploration and the combat, we must first understand the context with which I run my beauty pageant. And like every game made by Asian people on my channel, the lore is some Hyperborean bullshit. So let's say rule number 2 of enjoying the game is not caring about this, just like 90% of the player base.
Yeah, not caring about. I think you have to go
The
and
world
save
of
your
Qagazzz
sibling.
is ruled collectively by 7 gods who govern the 7 elements. Except the nature god, he's special. This came about because 2,800 years ago, there were like 80 gods or something. Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. No, but actually 7 seals opened up in heaven, so literally every god fought over their power to the death. The result was the 7 gods of each element we see today, each ruling over their own nation and their own
So every god is like a mass murderer of other gods.
Will just give random people superpowers. Like how the electricity god just gave a girl with a mental disorder a talking bird. This also includes small children who could very possibly kill themselves for some reason. Now, the world
Yeah,
you see
why
in
does
game
a
takes
small
place in 2
child
nations
have
or 3
fire
in the future.
powers? That
The
seems
first
dangerous.
is Mondstadt, a lawless, anarcho-capitalist commune in New Hampshire, which has no formal governance of any kind. They instead rely institutionally on vigilante justice, including a hot Batman. As a result, an entire territory of their nation is completely overrun with wolves. No one has the systemic authority to stop stop people from exercising their rights and liberties to feed the wolves babies. Oh, also, there's the fucking dragon problem. Did I not mention the murderous dragon? Next, we have the nation of Liyue, an extremely rich and powerful country to the east. They have recently come into conflict with Mondstadt due to the Luhua Pool massacre of 69, as well as an aggressive foreign policy involving a 9-dashed line in the Sea of Clouds. Headed by the Tianshuan Ningguang of the Liyue Qixing, those are all real names, Liyue exhibits an unprecedented level of prosperity and control, living happily under the watchful eye of the rock god, who periodically disguises himself to ensure that the populace is behaving well and upholding their state contracts. Just in case. Now, China, I know you're
spending
new to
money
making
infinitely.
Video games, yet in my country, we have a long history of shooting people. But who lives in Liyue and who lives in Where Is In? The answer is unfortunate. Populating this extensive world will be several factions of enemies with subgroups, elemental specializations, and fucking bullshit. The enemy variety of this game paints a picture of a post-apocalyptic
I hate fighting
world
Dendro.
where raving bands of savages constantly destroy
against
everything, locking
Dendro
humanity in a
enemies.
perpetual state of warfare with armies of bandits
But I also
and the
can't play
midget
it for
people.
shit.
One of these groups is the Hilichurls, an intelligent race capable of empathy and complex thoughts, which is why they must be destroyed. These guys make the Gombe chimpanzee war look like a fucking joke, and at no point does anyone in the entire game even give a shred of sympathy for the Hilichurls, except for Elon Musk. They can be big gorilla, small monkey, operate complex machinery, and have their own language. This makes it more fun to slaughter entire villages of them.
I never thought about that! No!
In fact, you're encouraged to do it. Overall, I would rate them a genocide out of 10. Next are the country-sized hordes of organized bandits called the Treasure Hoarders, who are just regular guys forced to fight you with shovels and Molotov cocktails. Are you sure we're the good guys? It's fortunate
I'm
that
not.
because they committed a crime, their lives are now forfeit. Abyss mages are very simple because they are one enemy with two reskins, who are also inhuman beings of the Dark Void. Who
I
have
hate
sworn vengeance
fighting
upon
those
humanity
guys.
itself.
Stupid
They also dwell
shield
almost
absorbs
entirely in
everything.
fucking space. The Vtuber of Snezhnaya are heavily armed diplomats seeking to dominate the world of Teyvat through subterfuge. And
yes, the diplomats are seeking to
absolutely conducive to this goal, I promise. They are unique among
take over the
Teyvat
world
because they serve the interests of the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya, also known as the god of ice. That's important because it's very weird that they primarily use electricity and fire. I guess the ice god is just fucking lazy. The Vtuber are always up to no good, like stealing the wind god's power or like a bank heist. They're also really hot, so I'm not stopping them. Finally, we have the local wildlife of Teyvat, which is 90% slimes and 10%
I didn't know all this about the story.
Waiting to do something.
I mean, I barely played Genshin, so. Very good.
Deactivate Iguana.
That's really what the combat is all about. Sometimes it's like,
Holy fuck, that is a whale.
and other times it's like, I think that bush just fucking... Really, no matter what happens, you're in for an experience. Let's find out if that's bad or worse.
Combat. Tell me about the combat.
Shit Getting Intact is a game about flow, where to maximize their power, the player dynamically switches between their DPS character and everyone else. Rule number 3 of Genshin Impact. Pick one. Your typical team is comprised of your DPS baby, your heal support, your burst support, and moral support. Think of it like a train. You only need one engine and enough weight to kill Terry Davis. Now, like everything, characters have elemental alignments, which, depending on the enemy, can ruin the game. My wife Barbara could heal me, but in the process, must make everyone wet, which makes us a proverbial bathtub, which enemies will then catapult toasters into for massive damage. It's a fucking blast. You feel like a chemistry professor gone rogue, using the elements to his advantage and then blowing himself up in the process. Unless your DPS uses rocks, in which case, you know, just watch, I guess. Everything is elements, and everyone has an elemental skill and alignment. Unless you're the nature god, who has no characters. Some are bad, and others are
this was
very
before
bad,
the Dendro characters were added.
like how Beto's elemental skill adds a parry mechanic to the game, or how Ningguang invalidates all ranged enemies. The combat is definitely its strength, and is an experiment in how bad you can craft your psychotic dog water alchemy, and hopefully create a moving ball of destruction strong enough to kill God. To extend this concept, every character uses one of 5 unique weapon classes, such as Mongolian.
Didn't they also add gun recently? So 6 weapon
So be careful
classes?
with who you choose and what weapons they— oh wait, no, it's random. Get fun. Now, this would all be excellent gameplay if it didn't sometimes amount to throwing 2 sponges at each other. Enemies scale to your level, and generally health is not hard to come by. So depending on your investment, some enemies could take minutes to kill. This all amounts to making a classic video game build, the tank, entirely useless. You don't need a tank because you will be switching to your DPS anyways, who is a tank against your will. Health is literally always a shackle and a curse. That is, of course, unless you're playing Barbara, whose healing scales only off of health, making her tankier than Tien. Let's go over an example party to give you some idea of the insanity that we're working with.
We should have the gun. That would be so funny.
Scenarios to
better than a
catapult
catapult
by throwing a spicy bear. Why? Well, it's obvious. My DPS Beto can parry anything, which includes the heat of fire. Or how about Ningguang, who spawns a wall inside of enemies like it's Gary's mod. We just do it to piss them off. Did I also mention you can invite your
Man, I'm so mad that I never understood how to play Ningguang.
The combat
Spawning walls inside of enemies would have been actually fun.
I made a mistake, and this isn't even going into the complicated system by which you customize artifacts, upgrade your weapon, and level your character's talents, because that's boring. It can be made especially boring when you have to pick 30 mushrooms to do it, but you know, here we are. That leads me to my next point. You're gonna have to explore for those mushrooms, and that sounds bad, but it's actually
needing
the
to get
best
those
part.
resources.
Get ready for some
the worst is when you.
because we literally have a lot of
So I
ground
started
to cover.
playing it
So
later
rule number 4
and
of
got like
Genshin
a
Impact is that if you see something,
late game
just
character didn't unlock the region that I needed to get the resources to level them up. It was so sad.
This is an objectively correct assessment. It's just that the game doesn't give a shit, and neither should we. Breath of the Wild was so good that I wanted Breath of the Wild with more anime pussy, because god damn it, why did Nintendo make Zelda look like that? The amount of bandits and foreign soldiers in this game suddenly makes sense when you realize it has the geography of fucking Afghanistan. It's quite the vertical place, but you're given the tools to navigate it, like your feet or your sweat, and there is quite a bit to see. So, for an example, when I first installed the game, I didn't know that leeway was in it. That's over half of the map. I was doing a quest that required a wild radish, so I naturally went hiking to find it and accidentally discovered the entirety of Ming Dynasty China, at which point I was wrongfully assaulted after being mistaken for opium. This is one of those games where you start finding
that's what
chests
happened
in the
to me
wild, and
too,
within
and I
30
needed
minutes
the
are flying to a
stupid
strange
things
island
in
with a man
the
named
other
Jeffrey.
areas
It's
that
actually
were way
not
too
that
high level
different
for me.
to Skyrim, but this game makes Skyrim look like it's in Kansas. There is always something to do and always something to find. You would think that it would get stale, but they just keep finding ways to turn on my neurons.
Why it's so
There is a
hard to
puzzle
play it as a new player.
which spans an entire region
Because your
of the game where
chances
you
of
have
getting
to
a
climb
character
3
that
mountains.
you can't
can
level
spend an
up
afternoon
is like
doing
even
that, and
higher
it's viable.
now.
There is no direction that you can go that will not help you in some tangible way, and that's what's important about exploration. It's not just pretty, it's optimal. You see this shit right here. This activates my fucking almonds. Exploring this game trains your neurons to fire at the most basic of incentives, like a lab chip. But seriously, if you aren't yet considering the game, just have fun exploring it. Stop and smell the flowers, and accidentally find China over a vegetable. I found it eventually. It took 3 hours. Now, if the review had ended
I relate to
here,
that
this would be
so
a
much.
definite recommend, because the game is free. It costs $0. It cannot yet.
But it costs your
I
soul.
would know, but I
It
must
costs your
warn you that there are
soul.
some serious drawbacks besides the fucking Chinese surveillance state that you have to install. So it's time to give you the final tools and rules that you need to enjoy this game.
The pain.
Regula numeris quinque
An
of Genshin
entire
Impact is just
part
please
dedicated
God,
to pain.
Use the resin every day.
So to explain that, you have to understand that this game works by mostly giving you what you want when you seek it out.
Unless it's crit damage.
So you don't end up mindlessly slugging for 10 hours a day for a single goddamn Warframe chassis. But there is a catch. When it comes to grinding, there is a clever way to make sure that you can't trivialize the entire game, which is that the game just stops you. You expend resin when you kill a boss, want money, want XP, want artifacts, want to live, want to see my daughter again, pretty much anything. And if you have no resin, well, better wait. God will collect his existence tax.
Star Rail
and you will
has
fucking pay, even if you live in
3,000
Mondstadt.
resin?
The IRS is an eternal fixture of the universe. And although it's nice to have fair guarantees for artifacts, it has the unique side effect of stopping the game from being played. You get 160 a day, and for reference, you spend 40 for boss loot, so good luck. And if you thought that was bad, get ready for Rule 6, which is,
I remember
you gotta do
scheduling
the
my
daily
life
quests.
around
We
resin.
Genshin players are always hard at work on the daily dopamine farms, putting
was only
in that
for like a
grind
week
so that we can have
before
a
I gave
4-star
up, but
object
yeah.
every 20 days. It really makes a man wonder why we bothered with making murder illegal in the first place. Thank you, Kane. This game can give you a lot if you decide to commit yourself to it. But if you don't, you will be scraping for crack crystals in a back alley, maybe make a YouTube video. That alone is probably enough to discourage most people. I thought I was going to be one of those people until I realized that I liked the game. Stockholm Syndrome is actually cool. And for our final rule, you don't want to play with English voices. Set it to literally any other language except English. Now,
Why?
the voice work isn't horrendous, but it doesn't sound like like the dialogue was actually written for English, and the translation is fucking hilarious.
The wolves frighten him so badly that he's paralyzed with fear.
We've looked everywhere and haven't seen any of the wolves.
So do what I do and play in Japanese, then switch the game to Chinese whenever you're in Liyue for maximum immersion. Dear Mr. Sheep, please send missiles to liberate my country from the yoke of capitalism. Now that you're armed with what you need, should you play the game? Only if you have self-control. It's not worth it to spend money on the game.
The English
I'm
reviews for
serious,
the main
and that's why you
characters
should
are
give
really
me
good,
your
though.
money so I can spend it responsibly. Remember, the game is free, and so is the porn. I would like to thank the kind Chinese billionaires and international arms dealers of the Maxwell Patreon for funding my hopeless and deadly
The more I
addictions.
hear
If you
and
would like to
watch
help
and
fund the
experience
videos
about
corrupting
Genshin, the
America's
more
youth
I
in
want
the
to
name
play
of
Honkai
Maxwell
Star
Maoism,
Rail
you can head to the description
instead.
to learn more. Thank you all for watching and waiting, and of course, your IP address has already been traced.
Very good, very good. I was gonna say, so I used to play a little bit of a Genshin. It was the first game that I streamed on this channel, like almost 2 years ago now. And chat spent $200 to get me Yalan. But I don't play it anymore because some of the problems I had even like 2 years ago. I can't imagine starting Genshin now with more characters to roll, right? So like Yalan was like one of my first 5 stars, right? And so, but you needed to go to like the certain place, I forget where it was, to get her stuff to level her up. But I was a new player, so I wasn't there. And then when I found it, when it gave me a spot to go to on the map, everything was so much higher level than me. So I had a Yalan, but she was useless because I couldn't level her up and I couldn't go to the areas to get the things. I think it's in the chasm, yeah, if I remember correctly. I couldn't remember what it was called. So I have this awesome 5-star character with an awesome voice and awesome, I love her mechanics, and I can't use her. I have a 5-star I can't use because I haven't unlocked that part of the game. And it was so much pain. She's broken. I'm not sure how broken she is, because I didn't play long enough to like use her that much. I just kind of quit Genshin at one point. Like it consumed my life for a little bit, and then I was like, no, this is too painful. And then I keep hearing that like Honkai Star Rail gives you way more wishes, gives you like a free 5-star character that like is like an advertised one now. Like I kind of want to stream Power World, but I also want to stream Honkai because like it seems so great, right? You were just saying gives you more resin, like 240 normally, but it can go up to 3,000. Like it feels like it sounds like it's Genshin, but not abusive. Like if you play Genshin, you're in an abusive relationship with Genshin. If you play Honkai, you're in a loving relationship with Honkai. That's what it sounds like to me. So I kind of really want to play Honkai. Also, like the society being like kind of cyberpunk. It's turn-based. That's even better for me actually, because with my brain injury, sometimes I just cannot do the real-time things. Like I had a little bit of trouble playing Genshin actually as well because of the time-based things. At my reaction time, it's gotten a lot better, but when I was getting screened for a brain injury, one of the things that was like, yup, you have a brain injury, was my reaction time was absolute ass. And it's better than it was, but it's not like great by any means. So I wouldn't play Bloodborne. I wouldn't play Dark Souls. I absolutely cannot. Like I kept dying in Genshin. You think I'm gonna be able to play those? No. Did you see the drama with the Genshin anniversary gifts again? I did see that. Lunar New Year, only 3 wishes? Not even a 10 paw? Are you kidding me? Star Rail would treat you like a baby then. Is that good? Is that good thing? Like being treated like a baby, does that mean that they treat me gently? Or does that mean that they treat me like I'm a whiny bitch. Please elaborate. I'm gonna just, I'll just censor it. I've been using my, why isn't my thing bright? It doesn't require your soul. Oh, sounds like a dream come true. I've sold my souls to too many things, too many ways already. I don't know how much of it I have left to give, to be honest. I'm like Voldemort with the Horcrux or whatever, split his soul into a bunch of pieces. My soul is split between anime and games and streaming and the voice. My soul is split, bro. Yeah, this is my censor. This is my censor screen. We're gonna watch it's the 4th most recent one, 10 months ago. Yeah, the things take a lot of months, but they do get a lot of views, and they're a decent amount of time. Like, I'm the guy who spends 3 months editing a video. Well, they're great. I'm loving them. Okay, Genshin Impact is a playable anime. Let me just get this. I got out of Genshin like that skinny alien lady? What are you talking about? What did I miss?
Genshin Impact is
Come on. There we go. I don't know why, but my internet is being stupid. Anyways, and I'm hoping that if I like I like to put a like on the videos that I react to that I like, so that I get more videos that are good for reactions in the YouTube recommendations. Because yes, viewers do recommend videos, but sometimes they aren't good for reactions, or sometimes I'm just not interested, you know? Let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta turn off my sensor. There we go. So, let's see. Let's see if I can do the intro. I'm almost passing out here, but I'm going to watch this one too. This will be the last one. This will be the last one. I promise you. I promise you. I have to, it's like 1:09 a.m., but like I stay up late and wake up late anyways because the sun hurts me because of my brain injury. But, whatever. I gotta like do some actual like good video editing or whatever after this. Get the reaction channel actually up and running. Sorry, my brain is not braining. Don't worry, that is me every day, all the time. You think my brain's braining? Don't worry. We can not brain together. We're in this together, Shelby. Okay. Today, I'm going to be reacting to Genshin Impact is a playable anime by Maxor. And now we will start in 3, 2, 1.
This video is a cry for help. Genshin Impact is a playable anime, and that's pretty good since my
cry for
videos are
help when I
attempts
play
to make
Genshin.
watchable anime. I can't believe it, guys. They made a sequel to Stockholm Syndrome. Welcome to the world of Tavon.
You're not
you
wrong.
May have heard of it from all the free
colors.
advertising that I'm doing. A beautiful post-apocalyptic nightmare world.
Oh my
featuring a
gosh,
giant
text I
tree.
can't read.
Sorry, that's the wrong game.
What
On
game
our
is
journey
this?
throughout the 7
Bloodborne?
nations, we will meet the world's most colorful cast of children.
My
entrusted
Brian
and
is having
empowered by
trouble
the gods to
keeping
wield
up.
elemental energy as dangerously as possible. I'm just a big fan of the characters in this game. There is no reason in particular. Assemble your team of heroic psychopaths and begin blasting, boating, cooking your enemies alive, visiting Baby's first casino, and with enough time, it will become
Assemble
Baby's
your
last casino.
Vocaloid.
But most importantly, have fun, because the
Barbara
game will
is
try
an
to
actual
stop you. I can
Vocaloid.
assure you that the visual novels are exactly what Dawei intended.
Ah!
So join me
Ow!
as I navigate one of the most beautiful, fantastical, and expensive game worlds ever made, one agonizing country at a time. This is it, guys. This is what $900 million can buy you. Are you having fun yet? Look, all I'm trying to say is, this is a weird episode of Ava.
I'm legit watching this on my second monitor in OBS because it's not as bright as the OBS. Oh my god. Ah! Oh yes, I'm punchy, slashy. Veg! Why are you doing this, Maxter? Please.
Wow, I haven't been here in 2 years.
Welcome back to Mondstadt. And yes, the game still displays your IP address, just in case you're a little bit too critical. This place is where the player learns how to fight, learns how to kill innocent animals, learns that they are bisexual as soon as they see Kaya. So I think it's a great opportunity.
Wait, it shows your IP address? Was I showing my IP address the entire time I was streaming
it? I think a good place to start is with our team, the Fulganasaria, official, every
I think I might have to go back onto my channel and delete all of this
physically deranged, wife material. I'm serious about that. There's a quest where you enter her mind and she fights her Tulpa. End user license agreement. Literally the only physical DPS. Possibly racist. Has the biggest slappy in Tevat. Cock. And Rosaria, who is dressed promiscuously, so we need to cover her up in appropriate garments. God, I wish nuns were real. With our team assembled, we are now able to do nothing because I haven't explained the game. Genshin Impact is a based character RPG where each character wields one of the 7 elements, all of them interacting completely nonsensically. Water buffs fire, ice freezes water, plants buff electricity, a fucking gas leak. Dendro requires 9 tabs of Khan Academy. My team is based on not playing the game as much as possible. There is genuinely no cooldown to freeze. By the way, what I'm showing you now is considered tame. The game is actually supposed to look mentally deranged. The numbers are helping me to understand what's happening. Of course, some characters are bad, and others are very bad, but many are absolutely game-changing. There are characters that straight up allow me to fly, at least through regular means. This one fights with a pogo stick, and this one doesn't fight at all. My Cox crit rate is -87. The game also allows us to choose from a lot of weapons. I think I have a few copies.
This guy sounds so overwhelmed.
Sometimes too many substats. Like, goddamn, I'm fighting with a Wikipedia page. We've got bows, spears,
this must be what it feels like to start Genshin.
Sentient umbrella, child's
like
bomb
right now.
I hope you can see why there's a lot of variation, and also theory crafting. A lot of Chinese theory crafting. They take this game very seriously, like right outside of a KFC seriously. And if you're wondering about the gambling, well, hell, we'll get to it later. I have a lot to say about it, but for now, welcome to the land of the emo god, who is a twink that gets kicked in the balls.
That did happen. Yup, the god got.
This guy's really jamming out. No chat, I'm not going to do that yoinky splinky. Oh my god, he just doesn't give a fuck. So what if I just oh no, he can't be stopped. Well, I guess if he can't beat him. Mondstadt is a depopulated anarchist state where there are no taxes, no police, and half the country is controlled by wolves. Wolves that you never actually see, unless you want to count Razor. I mean, there's the giant wolf, but he's kind of special. What the dog doing? As a result of this, nobody in Mondstadt has any money. Except for the church, of course. The city is undergoing a crippling wine epidemic. Look, I just think it's a serious funding issue when the cavalry captain doesn't have a horse.
Well, when your god is an alcoholic.
Spent cleaning up their mess, their singular mess, because there was only one enemy in Mondstadt. Yes, from the beautiful ruins of old to the peaks of
country has an
90%
alcoholism
of the enemies you encounter are Hillagers, a sentient race capable of empathy and complex thoughts. Which is why they must be destroyed. Literally take a random location.
It must be because they're better at dancing than we are.
Why is that one unbirthing itself? Really cool that the only organization in Mondstadt is dedicated to
I remember coming across Hillagers just standing in fire and dying.
Honestly, I'm a bit of a yay data man myself. Really feeling that moohoo yay today. Don't say Nini Zito, it's basically a slur. They didn't like that. Look, what I'm trying to say is this place has problems, but ultimately they are cool problems. Mondstadt may not be that varied, well designed, or even have a story that I can't summarize in one sentence. The dragon was mean, and then he was nice. Sun Tzu.
I don't know anything.
This is just the beginning of a long journey. This game is planned out 7 years
I wonder if
Honkai the basics go,
political economy makes a little more sense.
I don't think I'm staying for the boss fights. What is happening? What the fuck am I seeing?
I don't know what's happening either, Maxer. I have no clue.
Okay,
what?
Can you stop playing for a sec?
No.
I need to go to my teapot!
You can play Legend of Zelda!
We're heading to the Funimation. Post about this nation to instantly gain Reddit karma. And for that, we're going to need to climb as high as we can so we can deduce the direction. So we're going to this location on the map. If only there was a better way to view the world. Make sure to land on the elevator. Next, we're going to shit. We're going to
What is happening?
We're going to ascend to space. Why does that work like that? Oh my god, the
why is he ascending?
I am alone in this hell on earth.
What is happening?
I think I'm gonna be here for a little bit. You know, it's real bad when the moon is physically below you. Hang on, guys, it's getting kind of dark, so I'm just gonna change the time real quick. Yeah, the game lets you do that. Well, folks, it was nice knowing you all. Never mind.
I didn't know you could do that! Oh my god! Ah!
Hey
Can't
guys,
read
Max
this
here,
stupid text.
and welcome to China. It's just China. 早上好上午，现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋. I really hope I didn't just tank my social credit. In our previous of adventures, we explored Mondstadt to
I
learn
love
the
the
basic
冰淇淋
mechanics, and
meme.
also race relations. So for leeway, we're going to learn that we've been playing the game wrong. But before I can get to that, I need to explain my team. I call it the hot shower by force. Lord knows we need it. Xi Jinping. Yes, this is a man. I know it's hard to tell. He is also ridiculously broken on account of his ability to make enemies wet. Interpret that information however you want. Hu Tao is the owner of a funeral parlor, and she could use a bit
I
of
really
business.
wanted
She is also
Hu
the
Tao,
winner of
but I
the
never
most
got her.
terrifying Sims award. Like, the thread just doesn't end. He's still writing them. Most reasonable Hu Tao main. Yolan is a character that I play for the personality. She is also one of the most overpowered units in the game because she's a second Xingqiu. I don't even care that she's a federal psyop. I can fix her.
I
And
did
Toma,
use
who is
Yolan and
the
Xingqiu
fucking
in the same
snowblower.
party. It was
Just
great.
Just don't Toma. With our team assembled, we are now able to trivialize the combat because this team is ridiculous. Fortunately, Genshin is not just a game about combat. It's
I
a
just
game
loved
about
her
gambling.
gambling
You see,
mechanic,
Genshin
too.
Impact is what we call
Like
a
her-
gacha game because it has got me in its grasp. Which
She's
means
the
that the primary
gambling
game
mechanic of
is
a gambling
chance.
game.
Every character is chance. Every weapon is chance. Every piece of every build is fucking chance. Do you know what it's like to
She's
have
the
a
chance
mathematically
of the
impossible
chance.
goblet? Goddamn elating. Hey, so I see you're trying to level up your crit rate. Well, that's a weird way to spell defense. Fortunately, we can predict the outcomes of our character rolls using some Eastern philosophies. And the answer is 105 on average. But don't worry, you've got a lot of time. I guess we're gonna
105
win today.
versus the 3 pulls they gave for the new lunar year.
Because
New
only
year?
a few 5 stars are actually available, and sometimes they aren't available. For 483 days, she is in prison for racism.
But what are they going to do? Lock me up?
Yeah.
So naturally, we need to feed our gambling addiction at any cost.
That
and there's a
aged.
few ways to do that. You could explore more, go on fantastic adventures, or find amazing treasures. If you want to stay poor, no. You see, the real money is made in the daily quests, which are a series of useful and normal missions, such as talking to people, murdering those people, talking to
True.
the Hillagirls, very nicely.
I did not
finding
like the daily
weasel.
missions very
Where do
much.
you
I was
go?
like,
And
I
jumping on
have a
mushrooms.
daily
Who the
side
fuck commissioned me to do
quest?
this? We also have the power to send various characters on 20-hour expeditions directly to the coal mines. Look, guys, I really need these 2,000 upgrade materials. It's just best you don't think about it too hard.
Greetings, traveler. I'm Astra Abyssal.
Okay.
What can I do for you today?
Yeah, I'd like to send
Why
a
is that
child to the
Iron
coal mines.
Mouse as the
Put her in for
voice?
20 hours.
But traveler, she's going to die.
The lithium is not going to mine itself, Catherine.
But traveler.
Do not question me, Catherine, or I'll have you stabbed in the future quest.
Did this guy collab with Iron Mouse for that, or did he get like voice clips from her streams? I wonder.
Liyue is an authoritarian, militaristic oligarchy controlled by a committee of really hot lesbians. I believe in Ganyu supremacy. This nation is the land of contracts, and
The more
by
this guy
entering,
talks
you've
about
made the
Genshin,
contract to not
the
criticize
more
state.
honkai.
Consequently, Liyue is also where all money is printed on the planet.
The better
so,
honkai
I guess
looks.
Mondstadt's economy is powered by
The
hopes
more I
and
wanna
dreams,
play a
and also
honkai.
the card game. Look, Timmy, I know your dad's dead and all, but do you want to play Gwent? A minor side effect of this is that Liyue is in the midst of a violent crime epidemic. As in, the majority of enemies in Liyue are human, and even worse, they're poor.
I'm a VTuber,
So
put me in your
poor,
video.
they're forced to fight you with Molotov cocktails and farming equipment. What is your plan, my guy? The masculine urge to dig a hole. By the way, we're the good guys. Speaking of digging holes,
I wanna dig a
should
hole.
probably address this. It's a little difficult to ignore. You see, there are many beautiful places to see in Liyue, such as Night City, the fucking rice fields, the most annoying place to navigate on the earth. Like, please stop giving me commissions here. And then we have the
I
Chasm,
agree.
which is a secret underground labyrinth containing all of the game's eldritch horrors. And yes, this
Oh,
is
the chasm
just
was
the
so
entrance
hard
the
to
chasm.
navigate too.
Yeah, there's no
Very
sound
good.
effect for that. If you die down here, no one will hear your screams. As soon as you think you're done exploring, it just keeps going down. The devs had to add moon shoes to the game so I could keep playing it. Now that we're trapped down here, we only have 2 options remaining. We need to mine and we need to craft.
Oh,
The second
mining
part will
all
come
those
later.
ores was so annoying.
Okay,
It
so now
took
it's
forever.
later. Unfortunately, I cannot craft a sense of humor.
I
What
leveled
I'm
up my
trying to say is
Noelle a
Liyue
bunch
is very
just so
diverse
I could
place.
get
Certainly
ores
more diverse
faster.
than Hilichurl Field number 6. But most importantly, Liyue is a land of questions. What secrets
And
lie in
Beidou.
this
I used
mysterious
Noelle and
land?
Beidou
What
for
adventures are still to
mining.
be had? Am I gay
But I
now?
used
It's
Beidou
almost
as a
enough to make you
DPS
forget
as
the
well.
nightmare pit. And look, Liyue might have a few issues with organized crime, sea monster attacks. It happens twice. And the landscape always trying to kill me. But hey, at least the story's up. It's okay. Can anyone here tell me why like there's like a giant bird next to me? It's weird. Oh fuck, where am I? Diagon Alley.
Teleport. Throw rocks at serpent. You scream. We do a little flippy flip. Flippy flop.
What's up, gang? Fight. It's me, Arutakito. What?
Bye. Is that the end? Can I suffer again? Oh no, it's not the end. Okay, episode 3. There's another episode.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
Not that I don't like this. Oh, we're only
halfway
through.
Yes, that's
not that I don't
we're
like this guy's videos, but
excuse me. We're going
it's making me hate Genshin even more.
So apparently, I just have to
Yes.
That actually worked. Okay, I think I've made a mistake. It's time to descend into the abyssal zone. Just to watch out for the void.
I will not go back to Genshin.
So I think I've been walking for 20 minutes. I don't like this anymore.
Reject Genshin. Now, so, go to Honkai.
I don't think we're close enough. Please no, please no, please no.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me too. So sad. You have to pick a taller character. Don't drag me into purgatory.
What is up, my Fades and Gentlethems? Welcome to the land of Inazuma, a home to nobody because no one is properly housed in Inazuma. Previously, Mondstadt taught us how to play, and Lee Wei taught us how to simp. Well, the land of lightning is here to teach us that we have not felt true pain yet. But first, let's go over our team, which I will be calling the, Yandere Benzos. Yai Miko, Mommy, sorry, Sigma female, kidnapped a man and force feminized him. God, I wish that was me.
Traveler, I'm making a call-out post to my twitter.com.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm gonna piss on the fucking moon.
Bruce, you can literally name him Bruce. That is actually how it appears in game. In fact, we can name him all kinds of things, such as Baby Girl, Dr. Ligma, Ball Fart, Testicles. What is that? And last but not least, Hatsune Miku. This is literally just Miku. Like, they didn't even try to hide it. And Bennett, who is the single most overpowered unit in the game. Like, Genshin doesn't have power creep because of Bennett. Send this bitch to the coal mines and have his testicles exploded. Now, my previous teams, they were kind of nice. But this time, I'm not playing nice. I'm playing for funny numbers. Every single member is optimized beyond the boundaries of reason. I rolled 6 copies of Hatsune Miku, and now I can kill Tortellini in 2 attacks. It cost $50. Also, Bruce can fly, like actual flight. It breaks like half the game's AI when you do it. They're just very confused. My entire team is him shooting down at the peasants like an attack helicopter. Just don't ask me how long I farmed for this. I had to grind for this view.
Most of the Genshin trick shots are like, don't ask me how long this took me.
She's wearing socks in the water. Something is horribly wrong with this country.
I never noticed that.
Inazuma is a third-world isolationist dictatorship, mostly occupied by catastrophic disasters, both natural and man-made, but mostly man-made. Me and the fellas watching Oppenheimer in the IMAX. Inazuma is also engulfed in a decades-long civil war, resulting in mass unemployment and a refugee crisis. Naturally, this is reflected in the enemy variety, because to visit Inazuma is to be accosted by hundreds of jacked homeless people. Like, these guys just stand in the rain all day. How do the Hilichurls have more shelter than this? It is also a land of many islands, which all act as their own individual insurgencies. So I think this is a great opportunity to educate you as to why you should never visit Inazuma. You know, besides the fucking puzzles. This shit is the work of Satan.
I hope in a Honkai that we're a little more morally.
Inazuma resembling a civilization. The rest is basically just Martin Luther King Boulevard. The only disaster this island has to worry about is the government, and her name is the Raiden Shogun. Kanazuka is the first island to be made uninhabitable by nuclear weapons testing, which then proceeds to leak out of the elephant's foot in an amount so dangerous it makes Chernobyl look like clown college. I mean, I guess there's also the Kujo encampment, but we don't go to the Kujo encampment. Well, that's enough of that. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Yashiori is an
amazing.
absolute nightmare on account of the non-stop lightning storm and slightly imposing giant skull. My favorite activity is going to this place. It limits the land the lightning can strike, so it just fucking whacks you. Looks like another beautiful day in the great land of Inazuma. Of course, I couldn't
hated getting
if I
struck by
wanted
lightning.
to, but when I began the quest to remove the lightning, I was struck by it. I'm gonna take that as a sign from God. Seirai Island is what happens when Mr.
I
Beast
too
donates
got
50
struck by
million
lightning
tons
when I
of
tried to do a
ionizing
quest in
radiation to families
Inazuma.
Sabine.
Talking to an
This shit makes
NPC.
Evangelion look like a comic special. The fact that there aren't even homeless people here probably tells you all you need to know. Surumi Island is a very isolated place, populated for thousands of years by bird-worshipping savages who need their mineral resources exploited. President Biden, please send Raytheon missiles so I can buy Dasani water and Cheetos. I just think it has something to do with the, interdimensional dog. Watatsumi Island is really nice. Like, what the fuck? Does this even count as an island? It's just so beautiful. I sure hope it's not hiding some kind of horrifying dark secret. Oh, Enkanomiya is fucking Atlantis. You get there by jumping into the giant hole, and it's like How is this legal? Are the developers okay? This place was once home to a thriving civilization, which collapsed nearly instantly after they discovered TikTok. It also allows me to toggle the powers of the artificial sun. And holy shit, this 5G connection is crazy. Look, I think you've got the idea at this point. As much as I've talked about reactions and children, Genshin Impact at its core is an exploration game because it makes you explore your sexuality, and that fact alone makes Inazuma one of the best areas. If you don't count the story, please kill me, mommy. I've been a bad boy. And
oh my god, this guy.
Basic
Flashbacks are so funny.
Land, but honestly,
I wish I could be half as funny as him.
How else do you think this island got a giant crater? Just be glad you don't have to live in Inazuma. It's all fun and games until you piss off the geometry.
True. Yeah, no. I wouldn't want to live in Inazuma. I like how these Maxer Genshin videos have just brought up basically everything I dislike about Genshin.
Oh, is that peanut butter?
What the fuck?
Would this be Sumeru?
Alright, fellas, for our next stop, we're going to enter the weed land. We need to smoke that Zaza and fall unconscious. And to do that, all we have to do is
I never got to Sumeru.
So if you were a fan of our undersea adventure, then don't worry.
Because I never beat Inazuma. I got tired of all the lightning.
Whatever that was, I can't let go of the W button, by the way. Get ready to receive some Holy Spirit. Okay, so we're just going down to we're going to Silent Hill now. Sorry guys, it looks like we're approaching meltdown. Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Maxo.
I wonder how long he had his computer open
hey,
doing
Mom,
that for.
1 second. I'm flying to get that Zaza.
What does that mean?
It means I'm low-key in a battle bus.
Sometimes I wish you were normal.
Okay, where are we dropping, boys?
But you see, if you're normal, you can't be a successful YouTuber. Don't you know that? Otherwise, how are you going to be entertaining?
Hey there, my little Genshits. Welcome to the land of Sumeru. Hittite jump scare. The only nation in Genshin Impact that can use the internet, mostly for racism. Good to see that nothing's changed. It is also absurdly gigantic. Like, the map screen can't even see all of it. But before we can get into the intricacies of Sumerian society, I have to explain my team. The kindergarten. Nahida is...
True.
I can explain. My girl at 10, but she is 10. Nahida is the literal god of knowledge. If you count knowledge as the personal thoughts of every NPC in Sumeru, which she can read, even when I log into Discord, there's no escaping her.
That's such a bad superpower for him!
How many emotes do you people have?
Does watching you count as a hobby?
What?
I've actually been watching you for a long time already.
Excuse me, what? Nilu has a completely hollow skull. There was nothing happening inside her head. She could not pass an eye exam. Sangonomiya Koka... Wait a minute, I've seen you before. But fellas, I've got something to admit. You see, Kokomi's damage scales on health, her healing scales on health, and yes, even her health scales on health. So naturally, when it came time to build her, I used the wrong stat. It makes the numbers funnier. Yao Yao is very cute and muddy. Her playstyle is chill and relaxing. In fact, you don't even have to play as Yao Yao. You play as her artificial beast given life. It throws vegetables at them. How many people would you kill for Yao Yao is not the right question. The right question is how many people I would allow to live. Personally, I think this team is really good for not having a DPS, and we are going to need it for all the funny and interesting events this game has to offer. Because, dear viewer, I lied to you. The best way to make money is not actually the Weasel minigame.
Her hairstyle is weird, though.
Participating
Doesn't
in
make
temporary event content, which I can only describe as punishment for developers who are too insane. Event content such as Prop Hunt, a game where you disguise yourselves as various household items to escape the wrath of very stupid people. Oh god, I think he's got a whiff. Wow, guys, this is just like Genshin Impact.
Yeah, but I don't have to pay to see kids.
You know what? I think it's about time that I show off my winning strategies. Fellas, I've got a good feeling about this one. All we've got to do is Yep. Next, you gotta do this. He will never find me this way. Does he know? Oh my god, he doesn't know. Wait a second, no. Alright, fellas, I got a plan for this map. We're just gonna stand here. He has no clue. I can't. Why is it working like this? I'm sorry, guys. Looking up is really hard. I am torturing this man. You could say that he's Among Us.
True, looking up is hard.
Like the boat minigame. I'm having so much fun with the boat minigame. The Pokemon Tournament arc. What is happening on my screen? Does that man have a fucking gun? The beetle cockfighting. I've always wanted to beat a child. And my personal favorite, Chinese New Year. Because it makes me the most money. Just, don't look up any of the cutscenes.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly. You too, buzzing by? Got no way.
What the fuck? You know, Hu Tao, I think you've got some hidden talent. Please keep it hidden. That rap wasn't released. It fucking escaped.
What? Very colored, very light. The rainbow. friends.
Kaya, you gotta watch out, buddy. You're rolling to the ragging too much.
I love these little
is
clips.
An autocratic Orwellian surveillance state with a little hint of apartheid, governed by the worst organization imaginable. University. This nation is the land of knowledge, with most of it being devoted to new, more efficient ways to be racist. And to that end, Sumeru is segregated between two distinct parts, each with their own unique ways to kill you. The forest is a terrifying safari hellscape, where each animal is not only able to kill you, but is evolved to. We've got tigers, cows, crocodiles, robot dinosaur, fungus dinosaur. Welcome to Jurassic Park. And my favorite animal type, poor people. But most importantly, the forest is where the white people live, and they're filling the library with video essays. This is the academia, who control Sumeru by spreading misinformation on the internet. Raiden, the academia doesn't want you to know this, but you can steal ducks from the public park. They're free, Raiden. The desert is a desolate, abandoned wasteland, once home to a thriving civilization.
I didn't know there was a desert in
Qagazzz built a
Sumeru.
giant wall between them. Does anyone else think this is weird? We've got scorpions. We've got scorpiouts. Welcome to Jurassic Hell.
They put a big wall between the forest and the desert?
So is he gonna like okay, and we've got worm demons. But my personal favorite obstacle is
worm demons.
Gigantic fuck-off laser. There are, of course, even more enemies, but most of them are just liberal propaganda to make you believe that race mixing is a physical need. And fellas, it's working. But hey, the desert isn't all that bad, as long as you ignore the racist genie quest. Motherfucker graduated from casual to competitive racism.
Alright, later, Max.
What? Wait.
I gotta go AFK real quick.
No, you can't do this to me. Look, the point is, Sumeru is massive, and it's not even done. And also, Leeway isn't done. And also Mondstadt. Yeah. But what Sumeru does have is an actually good story.
Oh, so is this released before,
Harvard building in Evangelion was not one of them.
What's the new area? Fontaine?
You can't tell me what to do anymore, Mom. I'm finally inside of another man. I am the all-knowing God. Jesus Christ, they really made this boss fight. Mobile game, by the way. So whether you're exploring deep in the woods,
that would be so hard to play on mobile.
Finding amazing oases. God, I sure hope nothing whimsical
couldn't even
happens
see
here.
on the tiny
Fighting
screen
more
in mobile.
minorities. I'm trying to be a police officer, or doing the 8-hour gnome people quest. That is a lot of side quests. There will always be a new surprise in Sumeru, and if future content is even a fraction as good as this, then I'm going to be playing this game for a very long time. Because, you know, I wasn't doing that already.
If he makes another video, he'll have to play even more Genshin. This guy's sold his soul to Genshin. But you know what? The best part is because these videos are great, he makes money playing Genshin to write the videos.
What the fuck? Saito, where are you going? This man is fucking tweaking out right now.
What is happening? Oh my gosh, he was doing the Sonic run. He sold his soul to Ganyu. I mean, that's not so bad, is it?
You know what, guys?
Better than selling it to Genshin.
I want to give you all a fun tip that most Genshin players don't know. The age of consent is 18 years old.
A shoulder for the past.
Why is he so funny? This is a nice song. I wonder if it's copyrighted. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll find out when I post the edited reactions. I'll find out if it's copyrighted or not. Oh, he owns his soul basically. It's a song from Honkai. Okay. Well, that doesn't mean that it's not copyrighted. It just means that playing game, and lots of people play games, so most likely it won't strike you. But oh my gosh, he's got an name. I'm not gonna watch another one tonight, but I'm just looking like we're saying Genshin has his soul, but I'm looking at all the videos he has, and it's like, oh my god, that's a lot of games to have your soul, you know? At least the reaction channel can't get demonetized yet. You're right. It only has like 50 subscribers. Let me check. I have to take down the 2 videos that are on it because I didn't edit the thing properly. I have to do the little outro thingy and do some more clever editing because I forgot the one that I uploaded. Whatever. I have 52 subscribers on the reaction channel. Very good. Oh God, soup. Yeah, I wanna live dubbing a confused Ace Attorney AI. You know, I said that was gonna be the last one, but I really want to watch this live dubbing a confused Ace Attorney AI and further procrastinate working on the video editing. It'll be 2 a.m. before I start editing videos. I think that's a fantastic idea, actually. If I don't go to sleep, I'm gonna pop like a balloon. That sounds like a you problem. You know, it's a me problem. Reacting to the live dubbing a confused Ace Attorney AI. Yes, I know my voice is cracking a lot. It's somewhat intentional, but somewhat not. This is just what happens when I'm in the certain mood, you know. You can't do this to me! I can and I will. Watch me, Shelby. You can go to bed if you want, but I need to watch this early. I want to so bad. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Professional for the YouTube channel. Okay. Today we are going to react to the live dubbing of a confused Ace Attorney AI by Maxor. We just start the video in 3, 2, 1.
You have a difficult job ahead of you, Mr. Wright. The defense calls Larry Butts to the stand. Will the witness give his name and occupation, please?
But
my name's Larry. I'm 20 years old, and I live with my mother.
Hold it!
Why do you still live with your mother at 20? Because I was born here. And why were you born here? Your birth certificate says you're from New York City. I was born here, but I lived in New York until I was 4 years old. Clearly, the witness is lying.
I'm having trouble following Larry's story already.
Did a clown tell you that?
A clown?
A clown? Much like the clown who you murdered.
What?
I swear it's true. I moved to New York and everything changed. I was happier there. Why did you move to New York? I wanted to become a detective. I thought it would be exciting to try new things. Larry, your whole story has been nothing but a long list of cliches.
Maybe there's more murder to be a detective for in New York.
If you were born here, why does your birth certificate say you were born in New York? Your Honor, I request that this clown be sent to a psychiatrist. Very well, case closed. This court finds the defendant. Your Honor.
Objection! Who is this guy?
I am the supposed murder victim. Honky Honkers the clown. This man, Phoenix Wright, is a danger to society. I was the victim here.
I was murdered!
I did not kill that clown. How do you know? I saw him get blown to pieces by a blast of poison. Your Honor, the witness is lying. Order. How could I have blown the clown to pieces? I don't even own a laser. If you were the clown, you...
The clown
Stop
is
it. Mr. Honkster, do you have anything to say in your defense? Yes.
In his defense? What?
I
thought he was
a clown.
accusing.
That is all I have to say. Thank you. Oh. And I know everything. That's right. I know everything.
He's not.
What did you just say, Mr. Clown? You know everything.
God. You know everything.
Of course. I am a magician and a master of the dark arts. I know everything that happens in this courthouse.
Only in the courthouse, though.
Demon summoning. No, I can't summon demons. They're much too powerful. I'd die in an instant.
What can you summon?
Mr. Clown, why is that so funny? You accuse my client of a serious crime and then you admit to knowing nothing about it. I do know about it, yes. I learned about it from the world's worst source of information. My parents! Your parents know about it. Yes, they're cops. They know about everything. I'm here to testify that my stepfather, Larry Butts, killed the world-famous clown,
and you're a
Hunker
clown.
H. Moose. Do you know where
You're
you
a
are?
god.
Yes. I'm at the courthouse. And why are you there? To testify in the trial of my stepfather, Larry Butts.
Your
Why do you want to know that? Because he killed my mother's beloved clown, Honker H. Moose. What's your real name? Henry.
I can't follow.
How do you spell that name?
Ah!
Henry with a C. Thank you, Mr. Henry. Why don't you like my stepfather? I don't dislike him per se, I just don't think he should get off scot-free for killing my mother's beloved clown, that's all. So why did you come forward with this information? Because that person who killed Honker has never been brought to justice, and I wanted to make sure that never happened. Who killed Honker?
This is shitty.
I don't know. It was an anonymous caller claiming to be a magician.
Are you implicating yourself in your own failed murder with a laser?
No, I can't. I only remember that he was a man with a dark sense of humor. Anything else? Did you get a good look at his face? All right.
We need to know who killed the
Mr. Butts
Honker.
was in a car accident, and when the police arrived, they found him unconscious and with severe head trauma. They assumed that he had been drinking and had arrested him for drunk driving. In fact, there was no drunk driving involved. Can you explain how the accident occurred? Yes,
Where
I can.
are we going?
It was an act of sabotage.
Wait,
The magician.
how is he standing
Why would a
there with
magician
the
want to kill Mr. Butts? That I don't know. However, I can tell you who didn't.
Who
Who's
didn't
that?
kill him?
The woman he was dating at the time, Daphne. I don't know why she would want to kill him, but I'm fairly certain she's not responsible for this accident. How do we know their relationship wasn't falling apart? She hired the magician? No, she didn't. I did. You admit to it? Yes, I do. I have no defense. But the real truth shall set you
Oh
free.
my god, what's the truth? Who murdered
Mr. Edgeworth,
you
who is your
on
next
a
witness?
car crash? What?
The musician, Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank,
Who's this
testify
guy?
and tell us what you saw. Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh,
Mr.
he's so
Edgeworth
sweaty.
asks him some questions, and Frank says he doesn't remember a lot of details, but that it was dark and he couldn't see the driver's face. The car was upside down, and the only thing visible were the license plates. I ran to the car, but stopped when I noticed that the driver's door was open. I looked in to see a man slumped over the wheel. Was he dead? He wasn't moving. I screamed, and then I heard someone
The
else
guy with the
scream.
brain damage?
I heard a woman scream. Where did the scream come from? Behind me, sir. A woman ran out from a dark alleyway. She was wearing a long white dress, and her face was covered by a white mask with a red mouth.
Sounds like a horror movie.
Can you tell us what happened next? What did you see? A man came out of the shadows. He was holding a sword, and he was also wearing a white mask with a red mouth. The man was the defendant, Larry Butts. As you can see, Judge, this proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that Mr. Butts is guilty.
Accident, but also holding a sword.
Mr. Butts, how do you respond to these accusations? How, Your Honor, I would like to call my next witness.
The magician was murdered with a laser.
If you please, Your Honor. So who is this mystery witness? The man who killed the clown. Are you sure that he's going to testify? Yes. All right, who is this man?
I don't...
His name is Miles Edgeworth. This is outrageous. This is an attempt to frame me. I call the witness to the stand. Any objections?
I call the witness? You are the witness. How are you
Give
calling
your name,
witnesses? That's not
occupation,
your
and
job.
residence for the record. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a lawyer. I practice law in this city. What is your occupation? I am currently serving as the prosecutor of this case. Where were you on the night of the murder, Edgeworth? I was at home. I got home around 10 o'clock shortly before the clown was killed. How could you be sure? You weren't the one actually doing the killing, were you? I was at home, and I have witnesses to support that fact. There's the bartender who can confirm I was there until closing time, and my neighbors can vouch for my early to bed, early to rise routine. Bring the bartender to the stand as a witness. The bartender will confirm my alibi. Lewis, come here, would you? I need you to be a witness for the defense. Yes, sir? You can testify for the defense as to where you were on the night of the death of this man. I can. Well, let's have you tell the court where you were. I was closing up shop at about midnight, sir. Was Edgeworth with you? No, sir. He left at about 5 minutes before I did. So Edgeworth was not with you at midnight when the murder occurred.
I thought the murder occurred at 10
Edgeworth, your alibi is paper thin.
What?
Are you sure? Yes.
What?
But, what evidence do you have that proves Edgeworth is the murderer? I don't have any evidence. I'm just telling you what Lewis said.
Oh my god!
Mr. Butts, there is evidence linking you to the crime scene, but none linking Mr. Edgeworth. Why should we believe you are not the murderer? Because I'm innocent. I don't know who the murderer is, and that's God's honest truth.
I can't.
Your alibi is very weak, Mr. Butts. Nobody can vouch for where you were at the time of the crime. Objection! There is one person who knows exactly where he was at the time.
Ooh. I thought he was in the car. I thought he was the victim.
I can prove Larry Butts is innocent. Please bring his fiancée Daphne to the stand. Why should I call Daphne to the stand? If anything, she should be the one to testify that she was at the photo studio the whole time. Yes, she was at the photo studio. With you. With me. You're breaking up. What are you supposed to be, a cross-examiner? Call Daphne to the stand.
What happened at the photo
Very well.
studio?
Call Daphne to the stand.
Why is that a problem?
Daphne, where
Why
were
do you
at
say
the
that
time
like it's
of
a
the killing?
problem and not an alibi?
I was at the photo studio with my fiancé.
Oh my
Larry
god.
Butts.
Daphne.
No, you weren't. Why are you trying to disprove your own theory? Where were you really at? I was at my house, in my room. I was watching TV. At your house, in your room at midnight. Yes.
Yes?
This is photo of you and Butts dated at 11:59 p.m. There is no way you could have driven from the photo studio to your house in 60 seconds flat. It's possible if you put your foot to the floor and rev the engine. Why would you do that? Unless you knew a murder was going to be taking place. What? I swear to God, I had no idea. That's impossible. You must have known.
I don't know how anyone
Larry Butts
defends
isn't the murderer.
themselves.
You are. You are the person who was hired to kill honky honkers. But you couldn't bear to tell your boyfriend, Larry Butts, so you needed to take him home before the murder took place. I can't believe you would accuse me of something like this. I would never do that to Larry. Judge, declare the verdict. All right, all right. The defense would like to argue why the court should not declare the defendant guilty. Oh,
What?
I've got you cornered now. Your
What
Honor,
did you
I would like to
do?
introduce a new piece of evidence. A letter that was sent to the police by Mr. Butts' daughter, Rita.
Who's Rita?
This letter states that Mr. Butts received a threatening phone call from the victim 2 days before the crime. Well, the letter must be a forgery then. It's not like my daughter to lie. It's a desperate attempt by the prosecution to try and implicate an innocent man. What are you smirking at? Let me speak to my
what
lawyer.
are you smirking at?
Your
Who's
daughter
your lawyer?
isn't your daughter anymore, Larry.
What?
She's Daphne in this scenario. What?
Your daughter is your wife who's old enough to be
your
your
precious
mother?
daughter is actually Daphne, the magician's apprentice. Do you have evidence that proves this, Edgeworth? Yes, this photograph. It's a picture of me with the woman in question. Where did you take this photo? A month ago at the victim's studio. That means Daphne is actually the victim? Yes, Daphne was the victim.
What?
This is crazy. I don't believe it. The prosecution has conspired against me to frame an innocent man. Sit down, Larry.
What?
Then
Daphne?
that leaves one question.
Daphne,
Who
who
is
is
the
also
magician?
Rita, is also
I am.
there? What?
You
Who
are the
are
famous
you?
magician Little Nick? The newspaper said so. Indeed, I have been wanted by the law for decades.
Why
I'm not
are
one
you
to stop. How have you evaded punishment for so long? It's all connected to the case, isn't it? What do you mean?
Huh?
The victim was a magician. I am a magician. I have been framed. It's impossible. So you mean the real killer was the police? You're joking. They were fed up with me ruining their cases, so they made one of their own. You're telling me that no actual murder took place? I'm telling you that the victim is still alive.
Yeah, I think we've gone through
At the
3
police
different
station, I
victims,
don't get
and they're
arrested,
all
and she
alive in the
dies.
court.
That's why I didn't get arrested. I was tipped off by the police officer who framed me. That means you still need to get arrested. Exactly. I'll
What?
need an attorney. Me? Why? Because the police will try to frame me again if they get a chance. I'd rather have an ally on the inside who can help me. Of course. The trial begins tomorrow. See you there. Oh my fucking God.
Why are all of these? Like, what were all of these new plot developments? What? I don't even understand what happened there. I got thrown for a loop so you're gonna wake up tomorrow and this is gonna feel like a fever dream. Don't worry, it is a fever dream. 100%. It just is. It is. That's AI for you, I guess. I know, right? Like, people are like, ChatGPT will write all of our TV shows. Are you sure about that? It was like a roller coaster. Like the AI, right? Like, it could give you an idea for a thing, but write the whole thing? No. No way. Not gonna work. It was a roller coaster. Okay, guys. I think it's finally time to not finally, what am I talking about? I think it's time to end the stream. Go to bed, everyone who's up way too late with me. I'm gonna try and work on the stuff I have to work on and hopefully get some stuff done. I'm really excited. I'm trying really hard to get the doll reaction channel up and running, and I'm hoping that the doll wants to react channel becomes kind of like the one that's able to bring in more money, because it was the reaction stuff that was popular on this channel, but people who subscribed to see the reaction stuff were getting spammed with streams that they weren't interested in. So I'm hoping that having that all there will help. And then the people who are interested in streams can be here, and it's not like messing up people's recommendations anymore and stuff. 3 a.m. for you, bruh. It's like almost 2 a.m. for me. This is great. YouTube screwed you probably. Well, it was my own fault for having different types of content on the same channel, and then people who subscribe, and then you post a different kind of content and they're not interested in that. But I can't do reactions all the time. Like, this was fun, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want to react to stuff. I don't want to play a game, you know? So I'm gonna work on doing all that. I'm excited. I'm excited for when we get monetized on the Doll Wants to React channel, and I'm hoping that one will be able to kind of fuel this one as more of a side thing where I still do stuff like streams like this, and then I put it on there and blah, 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 you know? YouTube doesn't like variety. It kills the algo. Exactly. Like, I didn't understand. Like, so if you're on Twitch, you can do variety streams and stuff, but I didn't understand that it's not the best thing to do on YouTube. So yeah, now I have to fix my mistakes. Like 2 years worth of mistakes. It's great. Anyways, we live, we learn, we do better, we hope for better. And I'm hoping that the ad revenue from the reaction channel will help fund the more things like a new model, hiring people to edit videos, getting like background stuff and overlays and stuff, because I've done all this by myself, but I'm not visually skilled. I am not skilled in visual art at all. So that's why it looks so, it doesn't make sense and whatever. But anyways, thank you all for being here. I had so much fun with you guys. I hope you had fun with me. Fund your gacha addiction if I start streaming all kinds of Star Rail, I guess. See you. I will see you guys later. Good night. Bye. Bye, everybody.